Lovely. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 30, session 36 of our long-running D&D campaign, Doors and Deities, presented by Table Quests. I am Drew. I am your dungeon master for this evening. Let's see, before we begin... of course, I'm getting things mixed up now. If you like what you see here tonight, you can check us out on any of our other social medias, which we have down in the channel description below, and then you can, as well as in our link tree, and then linked through our Discord, which you should come in and say hi if you feel like interacting with us outside of Twitch chat, which I think we decided yesterday was the main character or the main story of the channel, and then everything else is just side quests. The Discord even more so. So come and join us over there. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc. under Table Quest or Table Quest RPG. Go ahead and follow us, and that would be fantastic. If you really like it, go ahead and follow us here on Twitch, and then, of course, we would obviously very much appreciate if you would subscribe. It means a lot. You also, of course, if you have Amazon Prime, you have a free 1 month Twitch subscription that you can re-up every month. If you would throw that our way, that would be awesome. If you would do that. I think that's everything. Oh yes, of course, we are here, the preeminent and only D&D live stream on Wednesday evenings Eastern Time. Don't go checking. Um, we also stream Call of Cthulhu on Tuesdays at around the same time. You can see me and Kendra, as well as a few others, over there. We just did a pirate, or not pirate, why am I thinking pirate? Cowboy themed one shot that Tyler ran, which went honestly so well that it's not even worth talking about how well it went. So go ahead and take a look at that and follow us over there. Ba, 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 ba. Before we begin, of course, thanks to Syrinscape for the use of their sound library, for the lovely sounds you're hearing in the background right now, and any other sounds that aren't our beautiful voices, or any of the other things that may interrupt us. Yes, as well as to animated dungeon maps, for allowing us to use the beautiful animated 3D battle maps that you may be able to see at some point tonight. Let's find out. I believe that's everything for the moment, no? Does anyone have any other announcements, shout-outs, corrections, questions? Hands inside the ride at all times. No refunds. Anybody? No? Okay, lovely. I am joined this evening by the full crew, plus one. I have the immaculately dressed John, who's really gone all out and made all of us feel extremely inadequate. Kat.
Inadequate number one.
Inadequate number one. Walt.
Inadequate numero dos.
Very good. Kendra.
Number 3.
And of course, the making our backdrops all feel inadequate. The lovely Mina, who's joining us again in a guest starring role this week with, let's be honest, the best character anyone's ever come up with. Winter the Heron God.
None of you are inadequate in any way. Let me just get that straight first.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Alrighty. I think we are ready to jump into our recap. After having met back in the Stone Gargoyle, the four of them left, some of them still bedraggled and whatnot from their endeavors of the evening, to visit Canehurst Cemetery, where it was believed Lyra's body was held, and that was correct. She was being kept in the mausoleum at the top of the hill, and they decided that they would attempt to dispel any of the magics or alarms that were on the coffin once they had recovered some of their strength, and so they returned to the stone gargoyle and slept, and waited for the next evening. Or no, it was the next morning. Excuse me. They were going to wait for the next evening. Then in the morning, Amnael and Desiel discussed ways of quickly getting to the capital city of Corbrand from here. That did not involve the trek across Ultrum. And Tempest had previously suggested, they contacted Ren, the Eladrin Fae who they met and stole a sundial for in previous episodes. You can check that out over at our YouTube channel.
Allegedly.
Sure. Let's go with that. It's on camera. And contacted him. He seemed very excited about the prospect of contact, saying that it had been a long time since you all had spoken with him, which is odd, as it's been little more than a week or so at this point for in the material plane. And he agreed to opening up one of his signature portals, bring you into the Feywild so that you could transition across to your destination more quickly. He entered, unbeknownst to him, trailed by a light-footed hare in her maiden voyage into the material plane, where she rather snuck up on them and attempted to hide in one of their rooms when she was nearly caught. She was caught and said that she had been following Ren, or trying to track him down, as a warren of rabbit monks in the Feywild believe that it is that sundial that is causing the strangeness that's happening in the Feywild at the moment, where bits are being replaced by elements of the material plane, and as Ren says, vice versa. They agree. Yes, they agree that they will discuss this back in the Feywild after they retrieve their friend Lyra, which that evening, dispelling the various traps, both magical and mechanical, retrieve her body and stow it in the bag of holding. Heading back to the tavern, you step through the Feywild portal, back into Winter's familiar surroundings that don't have the terrifying moon in them. And it is at that point you meet back up with Lim, who had waited for you. And Ren breaks you the news that Cormorant has half materialized into the Feywild, at a location very near to the Unseelie or Winter Court. And it was on that bombshell that we left off. And so as the camera pans down after the intro sequence, we are within the treehouse room where you all entered the Feywild. Desiel is still a rabbit. A Harangon, excuse me.
A fluffy bunny.
If you would be so demeaning, yes. And you have just been informed of that very fact. Twin Red is rather in the near the Unseelie Court.
And those guys
Doing-
are bad?
Well, perhaps you know a thing or two. Winter, was it?
Yes. It's, it will be dangerous. Yes.
Right, so saying, I don't think I could have put it better myself, in fact. It will be incredibly dangerous, and they don't per se like Seelie Fae as much in
No.
really any regard, or those who are friendly with them. There is a bit of a war on, I suppose.
It will be very treacherous.
And we'll have to go there by ourselves without you. Because
I can accompany you only so far, as possibly the border. Unfortunately, the fact that, well, you have interacted with my magic, and are friendly with me, that it will make things more difficult in general. Not that it would be easy anyway. Unfortunately, but yes, I would not be able to accompany you. For certain.
right.
I would
okay,
totally
and-
go. I've always wanted to go there.
Oh. So you're gonna go with us then? For a new adventure?
I mean, can you leave your new bride behind? You know, the one that you married at the wedding you didn't invite us to?
Look, you guys were late.
Your
I can't be
invitations
blamed
were
for
late.
that. You know, that's a fair point. I hadn't considered cross-planar travel when I handed them to the mailman. I hope he's
I'm
not
just
like
saying.
trying
I'm
to
just
push
hearing
through
an
the astral
apology
plane. That would be unfortunate. Look, let's call it even, okay?
Alright, you can expect your wedding gift in the next 37 years. It'll show up sometime then.
I really don't have an understanding of how long that is.
That's okay. Then you'll never know when it's coming. It'll
Like,
be the
that
most
could-
surprising of surprises.
That could be like 4 seconds from now.
You'll just have to look and see what the wedding gift could be.
So do you
that's a
understand
good point.
certain types of time, but not all types of time? Like seconds, minutes, hours is okay, but then you get to days and weeks and years and you're lost.
Yeah, once you get past, I mean, really, even hours is sketchy most times. But yeah, like seconds, minutes are usually okay.
So does that mean you guys like have no goals or anything? You're just waiting around doing what is it you do?
Can you only do things if you're on like a strict time schedule?
Well, I mean, we
Just
only
do them.
have so many years. Exactly. So we kind of have a time restraint of like, oh, I might die in the next 30 years, so I should really do these things like right now.
Is that how you operate?
That sounds like an awful way to live.
I mean, I
Never thought
am
about it that
only
way.
human, so
Wait to check. Just had to make sure. Although if you've checked, I actually did change your race to dancer. Anybody? No, okay. Fine. Song references are also out, I
Well,
guess.
is her size also tiny?
Not quite.
It's getting worse. Nope.
Anyway.
I don't mean to interject, but I would like to remind that friend in bag.
yeah, we should sort out.
What?
I mean, we have.
Yeah.
Who do you have stuffed in a bag? And why?
Which of us is missing?
Oh,
Honestly, it could be any number of you.
You are a horrid friend.
2? I think it's 2.
Lyra.
Oh. Oh yeah, what happened to her?
She's in the bag.
Why? I'm sure she could have walked through the thing.
I believe you missed the first part. She's also in the bag, like deceased, not of the breathing, living plane.
Well, yeah, if you leave them in the bag that long, that's what happens.
That's definitely how it happened. It was a tragic accident. You know, we also struggle with the concept of time, and we just left her in there for too long.
Ah, makes sense.
We gave you guys the sundial. How else were we meant to keep time?
Speaking of the sundial,
Yes, well, what about it indeed? And it clearly isn't causing all of this. You really think that returning a sundial from a different plane would have such deleterious impacts as to effectively destabilize an entire city and place it in a different plane part of the way?
No, I would think this will have less of an impact than somebody slicing a hole through the fabric of reality.
Yes, that rather would. Who's doing that?
Oh, well, the archmage that Lyra attacked and, well, fell victim to.
Well, there you go.
He is in the capital, actually. So if the capital is halfway in this plane and halfway in that plane, perhaps he is doing more of the slicing of reality.
Have you seen a dude in a big blue hat running around, I don't know, threatening to tear holes in reality, waving a sword, just killing people?
Claiming to be able to kill gods.
That too, that's important.
Why no, I can say I have. We have rather been on the traveller's trail as of late, and have not come into contact with many people. There was a friend here we were hoping to visit and ask about all of the strangeness, but she wasn't here, which is strange. Anyway, no, I've heard nothing. Oh, just
Who's your friend?
Glycery.
Who's Glycery?
The Moonstone Dragon who looks over Ojin.
The
None of
Moonstone
you-
Dragon who what?
Who guards over this town, Ojin.
What's a moonstone dragon, and how do you lose one?
Moonstone dragons are known rather for their wisdom and insight and protective instinct. They're quite glorious creatures. They appear to be made of green glass. Their wings, it's something absolutely unimaginably beautiful. But that's a very good question. They don't tend to stray far from their nests. And so for her to vanish without a trace is disturbing.
Well, you don't think it's going in the opposite direction, do you? Like, stuff isn't just coming here, but things are going out. Is there like a moonstone dragon wandering around somewhere in town? Well, not in town, because town is here, but where town was.
Well,
Say,
we already decided that since some of our trees are here in the Feywild, there's a good chance that some of the Feywild trees are back in our place. So it's
Yes,
possible
such
this
is the
Moonstone
theory.
Dragon. Do Moonstone Dragons eat people? Like, do they cause chaos and things like that? Because we have had enough chaos lately.
well, I can't say they're one of the more... They're no red dragons. They're decidedly polite if you give them enough shiny things.
Okay.
We shouldn't warn anybody, like, in the other plane that, like, hey, there might be a dragon roaming around, but they're okay if you give them shiny things. Like, that's not a priority right now, right? Just
I
trying
don't
to
think-
understand.
I don't
How
see why it would
exactly
be.
would we know where it would show up?
It would have to be relatively nearby. You see, I don't entirely know for certain. I would assume it would have to be relatively... somewhere in Altrim. That's where all the trees seem to be coming from.
This sounds like a later problem,
Yes, unless something came back in return.
What would be worse than a dragon?
A different, more angry dragon.
Oh, right, of course. Okay.
Surely
more
you would
than
have
one
seen
type.
that by now if there was one here, though.
Or a spiteful archmage?
Well, I hardly think that's analogous to a dragon.
No, I
So
think
far, the things that are replaced are like for like.
well, probably the most dangerous thing at the moment is this archmage. Dangerous to both our world and your world.
If what you're saying is correct, that is certainly the case.
Just to be clear, if we come across any angry dragons, like, what is the best way to, like, maybe escape alive?
Kill them first. That usually
Okay.
does the trick.
That's so
Dead,
helpful. Thank
dead
you.
dragons have never posed any threat to me. Well, okay, there was the one time. But there were other magics involved in that I don't want to go into.
Mhm.
It wasn't the dragon so much that was dangerous as the necromancer, but I don't believe there are any necromancers who've disappeared from Eugene recently.
So, Lyra.
Yes?
Should we?
Just
I
apparently
don't
we
know. Go
need.
fix
Apparently we need to go to this city that is halfway in the Feywild and halfway not.
Okay, so
I mean, supposedly since we are here and time is currently working the opposite of how it worked the last time we were here, however long it takes us to get there won't take us as long. Like, time will move differently. Like, it can take us a week or two here and will only hopefully be a few hours or a day or two there.
I
But
mean, how do we know where Nesta is? Could he be here? Could he be there?
no, he asked us to meet him there. In the city. Don't know if it's in the Feywild part of the city or not, but I wonder, Lim, what's the best way to travel in the Feywild?
Well, you guys were here. Last time you guys were here, you did okay, I guess. You had a weird thing about chanting.
We have a wagon. We don't have the wagon no more.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you're going to the Unseelie territory, and I've never been there. So as far as that goes, I wouldn't know. Just keep away from giant bears in the meantime. And make sure you, have set in your mind where you want to go.
So we just think about where we want to go and we start walking in that direction.
Kinda, yeah. Just like last time.
Okay.
We should probably clarify what we're all gonna think, though, because I remember this being an issue last time.
did you guys have any trouble last time? Like big trouble?
Look, I mean,
Or
like,
you were pretty
Lyra, Pep, and I were driving the cart for a while, and there was like a whole confusion between like Sparrow's Hall, Sparrow's Ball. Turns out we were all thinking different things. And then we were round and around and around and around and around in circles for ages.
Okay. So if we
And
all
then we
just
weren't
think the
allowed to be
same
in charge
thing.
anymore.
Oh. Okay, I'll look to Desiel. So if we all just think the same thing, we should be easy.
More or less. I mean, walk in the proverbial park. No?
Okay, so what are we thinking?
Well, I believe the task is to go to the Unseelie court. Correct.
Well,
Think
we want to,
Unseelie court.
Okay.
or we think about the capital city, no? We just think about let's get there. I don't know.
I mean,
Would
do we
that
want to run into the
work?
court? If we think about the court, will we end up in the place where we're trying to avoid?
It would be. I wouldn't suggest that.
You wouldn't suggest what, going to the Unseelie court?
Thinking that, well, journeying to the Unseelie court itself. It's rather. You really need to watch what you say there. And
Like at your party?
yes, only if you had indeed said a sentence incorrectly in the first half of the party, you wouldn't be eternally beholden to me. I have stolen Emnail's name.
That was a really powerful example. I mean,
I know, he just really started existing entirely for a moment there. It was quite.
Right, so I think I read about this before. We're not supposed to give our names. We've already. You know my name, so I'm already kind of. Okay, that's cool.
Yes, but I'm not quite of the oeuvre to be able to take one's name simply by knowing their common name. It would require more intimate knowledge of your identity. I could do it, but I find it somewhat distasteful. No, the fae you'd find in the court are unnervingly magical.
So you're saying we should not go to the Unseelie court?
Not to the court itself, no. I would focus on the city. The Corbrand city, which, if it's really here, would be easy to do, I believe. It should work.
Are there any other like landmarks near where the city is other than the Unseelie Court? Like maybe there's like a magical tree or something we can think about instead.
Well, there's the poppy fields.
Okay, maybe Poppy Fields is like a safe middle ground.
did flowers go so well for us last time, though?
I mean, that one was my fault.
I mean, who's to say there's not another you running around, though?
That would be awful.
Yeah.
Think of the damage that could be done without me there.
Maybe you should come.
Oh.
So,
What if there's an Unseelie me?
so what
Oh.
is usually where Cormorant is in the Feywild?
Very good question. That would be the unbirthed stones. a rock formation that appeared some time ago, vaguely in the shape of statues. I mean, if you look from certain angles, supposedly. As I've said, never been there.
But then if we
So-
think of the thing that's not there, where would we go?
I assume they're still there.
So we think about
Underneath.
the poppy fields near the unbirthed stones.
It's very good.
No.
Okay.
So the unbirthed stones are normally there. If you were to give directions to the poppy fields, you say the poppy fields near the unbirthed stones. Because if we think of the poppy fields, we may all end up in 5 different places in the Feywild with poppy fields. But if we think of the poppy fields near the unbirthed stones, then we should end up in the right poppy fields. No?
I mean, what's the worst that could happen if we try it, you know?
Oh,
I can think of quite a few things. Not the least of
many
which is being
bad
eaten.
things.
Okay then. So
But it's worth a try.
Liam, you're not coming with us. You are looking for this moon dragon. Miss Winter, are you coming with us to the area of the Winter Court?
It would certainly help you back home, if this is indeed what's really causing all of these changes in the plane.
Judge, you
This
can
is right within your duty.
you can observe this thing that is happening nowhere near the timepiece, where the phasing between the planes and whatnot.
Okay. Yes.
Hey, do
Did it-
we head out now or like
I mean,
is there I don't know how this
Are you
stuff
ready?
works, so do we need anything?
is everybody right? Does anybody need to rest before we do this? I mean, so Alexia, you may not realize, in the Feywild, don't wait for nighttime to say, okay, it's time for me to rest, because nighttime won't come in the Feywild, or daytime won't come in the Feywild, depending on how you look at it. So if we need to rest, we just have to rest. And if it is true that time will not pass so quickly back home, then perhaps we should rest before we go? I don't know.
Is it
I don't.
the same passage of time though? Because last time we came and left, more time had passed.
Just it is the opposite now, which is why we are here.
Yes, as I explained, the sundial has elucidated some strange things. At the time we got it, the shadow, which was cast by nothing, went around it rather quickly. But then, soon after you left, it started to slow down. And I was afraid it wasn't working. Until it slowed very, very slowly.
Huh.
And so it seems that here time is passing more slowly. No, here it's passing more.
More quickly.
Wait, here is
Just
more quickly, there is more slowly.
at the moment, just.
I'm sorry, Winter, this has, I'm sure, gone totally over your head. You've never had to think about passage of time before.
I don't think I fully understand. I'm just. Are you ready or not?
And now, are you ready? I mean, all I have. He kind of looks down and shakes off the altar self. And looks like Desiel again. I didn't know they spent too much of my energies, but you did a bit more than I did. Are we ready to go?
mean, as long as no one needs to jump, I'm okay to go.
I feel great.
Yeah.
I'm tired, but I think you'll all manage to pick up my slack.
Well, good luck to you on your journey.
All right then.
Okay.
All right. So you guys head out of the treehouse and around the spiral stairs.
Will hanging out for just a little bit longer help you? You know, like a short rest? Or are you good? You're good, you're good.
I don't know that I would be able to recuperate much from one, but
Okay then, let's go.
Okay.
We head out.
So you head out into the village that you see before you, or should all see. Winter. You obviously came through here and up on your way as you followed the two Eladrin. And there were a number of fairy folk and fey dragons flying around, some elven fey about the town. They are all gone. You do not see anyone out on the streets, walking about. You don't hear the sounds of any pleasant instruments from windows.
She will find a window that is relatively that she can peer in. Kind of lift herself up, looking, see if there's anybody inside.
Okay. Ah, ba, 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 ba. Yes, you see several small fairy, or I guess tiny would be the correct fairies, kind of clustered around a basket hanging from the ceiling of one room. Each of them pull away small pastries that were placed there by the Ladrin, who walks through the kitchen.
So is this your
Taps on the
home?
glass.
Do you know this place?
No. Tap.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Where has everyone gone?
Inside.
Why?
Oh, just, well, the dragons that are outside. We're waiting for them to go away.
Oh, the dragons.
Yes, everyone knows dragons can't enter residences without being invited in.
Of course. She turns around, still kind of clutching the sill, and looks back at you guys. She says, everyone's inside because of the dragons.
The
Okay.
dragons?
What?
sorry, come again?
So they're all in, the dragons are in there with them, and they're like playing with the dragons inside.
No, the dragons are out here. And of course, dragons can't go into their homes without being invited. So they're all safely inside.
Is this like a fairy thing where they call us dragons? Like, do they think we're dragons? Like, that would make me feel better. Do they think we're dragons? Emnel, you're looking very much like a dragon.
I think you need some new lenses. Although I am sorry, one thing. The fact that there is draconic presence in here doesn't surprise me, given the conversation we just had. The dragons, plural dragons. What do they look? What do they look
It
like?
almost doesn't seem fair. Like they lose one moonstone and get a whole bunch of other ones.
Like maybe these are little fairy dragons, right? Like they're not like big dragons.
Dragonflies?
Dragonflies.
Maybe you can specify, maybe ask friendly whoever's inside how big these dragons are.
A log of the dragons, maybe, you know, like how many
Yeah.
times of sighting.
Drew, I would like to investigate the area, see if there's any sign of dragons. Claw marks,
Very good.
random scales.
Do so.
You know,
Guidance.
House is on fire.
large toothy maw staring down at me.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
16.
Looking around, there doesn't even... There you go. Looking around, there doesn't seem to be any indication necessarily. The roofs all... They're... Rather than shingles, it looks almost like grown thick leaves. None of those seem really to be disturbed. There are no scorch marks on the ground. None of the wood is on fire. One of the carts is shaking because a red dragon is rooting through it. But apart from that, there doesn't seem to be really any indication.
So you said one of the carts is
Just this one up
shaking
here.
because there is a red dragon rooting through it.
Yes. You see it start to kind of wobble. And then as some fabric tears away, you see a cart of apples currently being routed through by a 8-foot long red dragon. Do any of you speak Draconic?
I do.
Nope.
Apparently.
Iziel does?
I do.
Good. As you listen in, you hear in the thick, sharp tones,
Munchies and crunchies in here somewhere.
Hungry. Hungry. What is this place? Only stupid fruit.
Okay.
I think we should.
So everybody,
you got
there's a dragon over there eating the fruit, but it does not want the fruit. It wants to eat us or anything that's not fruity.
A what now?
I look around to see if there's any horses nearby.
No, there are no horses nearby.
Damn.
There are signs of horses, maybe
Oh,
at
so they've
some
already
point,
been eaten.
Everyone, come here, come here, come here, come here.
but they have either already been eaten or fled.
I like get over near the house and I tell everyone to come really close.
Okay.
And I make a 5-foot. I like huddle everyone really closely together, and I make like a 5-foot in all directions watermelon around us. Okay. Stay in here. We are now inside of the fruit. Speak very quietly so he does not see us and he does not hear us. There is a dragon over there. Not like a big dragon, but like an 8-foot dragon. Do you see it? It's over there. I like point.
I just see watermelon.
No, you don't.
Yeah, what did it? Are
Yeah, I was gonna say,
dragons
what
not
are-
intelligent
is this-
enough to notice a new watermelon?
Is this minor
sprouted
illusion?
by the
Yeah, I was gonna ask two things. One, do I see the dragon? Two, would I have any reason to know anything about them?
You can make a perception check
Okay.
to try and see it. Because yes, you can see from out the watermelon. It's just an illusion.
Yeah, this is just a cantrip. And being inside the watermelon, you know it's not real, so you just see through it.
Oh yeah. You peek out and you actually see its head poking out from the cart, sweeping in your kind of general direction, like just in that kind of 90-degree slice, as though it heard something, and then turns back into destroying the cart, more out of anger than like it's eating anything. And you said also, would you know anything about them? Was your other question? You can make
Yes, like
a nature
what they
check. If you're asking, so about red dragons in general,
yeah,
or these
that's
dragons
gonna turn out
specifically?
real good. Dragons in general, what is their behavior? Do they tend to be generally aggressive? Are they like violent or greedy, or
Yeah, go ahead and roll a nature check for me.
Okay. That's good.
I mean, it doesn't take much. You know, red dragons are big, are mean, are nasty, are carnivorous.
So, would it be a nature or arcana check for me to know anything useful about the abilities of this thing and whether or not we have a chance against it?
If you're trying to size this one up,
Or know about, like, have I, in studying whatever reason I know Draconic, like, oh, big red dragons of legend are horrible, but like 8-foot dragons.
I mean, yeah. If you're trying
So
to like
nature.
determine, it would be nature. Yeah.
Okay. Can I do that?
Yeah. I mean, red dragons are known for kind of packing the meanest punch for their size. So pound for pound, they tend to have the heaviest hit, especially the chromatic dragons. Like they're mean, but not indestructible at this size.
Okay. So I don't know how long this is going to help us, but do you think the little people will let us inside?
Are we still near the window?
I mean, he huddled you up against the house.
Okay.
So you're kind of right next to it. I presume.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's a good question. Did you guys go to the big house up top, or the one that was connected to the tree house you came from?
Can you click on the map?
Probably
where we were, like near the window she's talking about.
The window would have been along here. Can you not see my? Oh, because I'm on the GM layer. That's why.
Gotcha.
There it is. That was the window, and then you guys are huddled kind of over here.
Okay.
This is the treehouse you came from.
Okay, this is not going to last very much longer. So, everyone behind
she looks around. Where's the door relative to the window?
The door is around the front of the house. So the window is kind of there at the almost directly on the side, relatively speaking.
Okay, this is about to go behind the tree. Let's go. And he like grabs Amnail and tries to drag him down and to the left from where you were clicking, putting the tree between us and the dragon.
We were standing by the front door, right?
No.
You were standing, by the back, around the side.
How close are we to the window?
We'll move if you're kind of right just off the window, like it's right along the wall, but then your Desiel is moving you back away from the house.
Well, I'm at least trying to move Mnail and telling everyone else we should put the tree between us and the dragon. Does Mnail come?
Is the dragon looking at us, or is his back to us? Like, line of sight.
Good question. First, which way are you guys moving?
Down.
We'll
I'm
Yeah,
trying
so
to move
Desiel's going back.
Yeah,
Is
down-
Mnail going with him?
down and to the left on the map.
Yep.
Yes,
Where's
I
everybody
am.
else going?
Who's carrying
Which one's
Lyra?
Desiel
The bag of holding.
in the back.
So Desiel.
I'll go with them then.
I'll just go then too.
I'll go, but I'm trying to see which direction he's facing as I do. So.
Yeah, excellent. I need you and I need Desiel to make perception checks
Excellent.
as you're moving farther away.
18.
18. Yeah, so Winter, as you whisk back, it's tough to say. You can kind of see a blur of red scales moving around this now shredded canvas on top of the cart. It's tough to say which end is which at this point, as it's kind of curled around itself a little bit. Desiel, you hear... Brother, I smell something. Fresh prey. And on the other side of this small village, you hear a rustling of leaves as from around the conical roof clambers a second similarly sized red dragon.
Now, in all
Who
my
then
study, whatever, I don't believe that we stand any chance against even 8'2" of these dragons, do I?
I mean, 8 foot is not nearly so fearsome as a full grown. Like, they are still very young, relatively speaking.
Alright.
Like with about your level, like it's entirely plausible that you could at least drive them off. And you notice, as you get a very good look, as this one falls and drops to the ground, its wings are kind of torn. So you see it jumps off the roof and kind of, you see it swinging, not just gliding as you would expect, but pumping its wings and not gaining barely any lift as it kind of falls to the ground in a little bit of a heap and snarls as you see large gaps and tears in its wings.
Alright, once everybody's behind the tree, okay. So they know we're here. Or they know somebody's here. If we keep traveling, they're going to follow us. And we're not going to stand a chance trying to run away from 2 of these things.
Why not just jump through that window right there?
Yeah, these...
I mean,
these
they have to be invited inside.
No, I don't think that's true.
If we all stay together, if we stay huddled,
No, he's frozen.
if we get bunched up, it's easier for them to corner us. I think we should scatter.
Yes, and we need to attack. We need to go on the offensive, because if we try to run, we're going to get eaten. If we all stay huddled together, we're going to get burned.
It's scatter. We shouldn't stay all huddled together.
We can't
Easy
just
for them
go
to
around.
corner us.
Okay, so if we
Which one
survive,
would you like?
if we survive the lag monster, we should try to attack the 2 dragons.
Which one would you like to attack first?
Well, there's
They
one.
attack the dragons? Why can't we just sneak past them?
That's what I'm saying.
They smell us.
Well, just
How
rub
are-
something on your body or something. I don't know. I don't feel like going against two
You should have
any-sized
taken a
dragons.
fucking shower before you came.
It's
We
not
have
me.
fire illusion. We just toss
Yes.
the watermelon again, and we'll make it smell like watermelon.
He has a point.
I have prestidigitation. I can maybe. I don't know. What do dragons hate?
Fruit when they are hungry?
Okay.
Okay.
I cast prestidigitation to smell like strawberries.
So,
Hey,
Okay, one has a broken wings. Okay, we should attack that one. But everybody run different directions and attack the one with broken wings.
Are you sure you don't just want to fight a dragon?
I don't want to fight the dragon. If we go inside, we're going to get burned away with all the little peoples. If we try to run, they're going to pick us off one at a time because they smell us.
Listen, Winter. Can they really not be invited inside some people's houses? Like, if I just go break into that window right now, am I safe?
Alexia, you go
the
try.
rules the rules change here frequently.
yeah.
What is
so
true
Winter,
one
you
moment
would have
might be different.
you would have heard from a very young age about gem dragons, which are the predominant form of dragonkind in the Feywild. Have a strange reluctance against going into places uninvited. It's one of those things you heard as a kid, and then you've never asked, like you've never actually learned if it's true or not, because you've never spoken to a gem dragon and you've never seen one enter a building.
Have I seen any other dragon to know that this isn't a gem dragon? Like, what is my total dragon exposure?
You would definitely have heard of chromatic dragons. And that they are not nearly so wise and kind as gem dragons are. It's one of the things that makes the Feywild better than the material plane. So you've been told.
I don't think these dragons will likely follow that rule.
Oh, okay, great. Okay.
I mean,
There's
Alexia,
nothing to stop them just setting the houses on fire from the outside, you know.
yeah, I mean, you are welcome to go jump in the window if you want, but we need to move. We gotta do something now.
Okay. Is there a bush nearby? I'm just
Okay.
gonna jump into the bush.
Hey guys, they just moved.
Okay, that's even better. I jump into a bush.
Make a stealth check. Oh, easy. Yeah, all of you go ahead and make stealth checks, actually, if you're
I'm
backing
gonna
into the
jump into a bush
trees.
too. Mine smells like watermelons.
Okay. Yeah, make a stealth check.
15.
Ba, 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 ba.
12.
Oh, no. Oh, that's the wrong stat block. Oh, my God. I wondered why that was so high. Oh, that could have been disastrous for you.
He has
Or
the
did they
ancient
roll
dragon
did they
stat
roll
block with like a
23?
23
Yeah.
passive
I
perception.
had the Moonstone, the adult Moonstone Dragon one pulled up to reference off of, and that their perception's a plus 10, and it rolled a natural 20. I was like, oh no! And indeed, oh no, as it's still an oh no for everyone except Alexia. As dragons can still roll high perception. You all, three of you duck back, two of you dive into bushes, and as you guys start to listen and kind of feel them get closer, you hear the kind of low, almost purr of hunting red dragons. And then, Tempest, you dive into a bush and you peek out from between branches, and as two red, scaly heads snap in your, or rather, one of them does, shortly followed by the other.
There's just a point above my bush of my hat.
No, I mean, you're in there. It's just they see movement.
Oh, by the way, Drew, my stealth check is at a disadvantage because I wear medium armor. So
Right. They rolled 20. They rolled a 21.
Yeah,
Just
no, I
more
know.
delicious
I
and you're
rolled a
okay.
21, so it doesn't matter.
Just because I figured I would have drawn more attention than Tempest because I rolled worse than her.
I just look more delicious, okay?
Which one is
Alright.
injured?
Do I
True,
notice?
I mean, they see,
Do I
like,
notice that
they snap to Tempest and then very quickly begin looking around at the rest of you. What was that, John?
So I notice that they have noticed us.
Oh, yeah.
I cast slow on both of them.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
They
Very
are
good.
They are within 40 feet of each other.
Is that a saving throw?
Yes, wisdom 15.
Wisdom 15.
5. Wisdom 5.
They're dragons. They're probably going to beat it anyway, but it was
Oh, no.
slow or fireball. I'm like, they're fucking red dragons. So
Yeah.
They have both failed.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
What?
Okay.
While
Can I-
I'm sitting in this bush hidden, can I think about anything I know? Do dragons travel beyond without their parents? Like, do we need to worry about a mother giant red dragon around?
Are you asking me this?
Yes.
I mean, let's go ahead and roll initiative, actually, with that. And then, I mean, you can make a quick nature check.
So we should pull our tokens onto the map so that we can roll initiative with them.
So you should, yes, all pull your tokens onto the map. As my initiative curse does not quite continue. Okay. Because of course you guys are all on the very edge of the map. Like always. We have these beautiful maps and you guys always want to
Holy
be
shit!
off them.
I rolled more than a 5 initiative, you guys.
Hey!
How do I pull my token out there?
I will snag that for you. There you go.
Is Tempest
I also
Right.
don't have a token.
there? So
Oh, did I not
Definitely
send you Alexia's
I don't know where I
token? Oh, I thought I had done
think
that.
so.
all right, Melina. Drew,
So-
did
Let
you
me-
put Tempest and Melina's and Winter's token out there?
I put Winters on there.
Okay.
No, I put myself there just to get it on there so I could roll. I don't
Okay.
actually
Yeah.
know where we are.
All right.
I'm assuming we're actually.
So I dragged
Yes, so
everybody
you guys are
back
back
here.
here.
This is where I dragged everybody, and then I stepped out here to
Alright.
cast slow on both of them.
Yeah, so like you guys are
Oh.
back in the bushes here.
I'm gonna
Oh,
pick
sorry,
this
I
bush. That's my bush.
All right, that's your bush.
Oh, there's more. Oh, there we go.
And oh, I need to give Winter. I know. Okay, so you should be able to control that, and then Alexia,
There we go.
who's controlled by Kendra. Save. Okay. Kendra, you should be able to control your token. Awesome.
Click my token. Roll initiative.
I hate these peaceful little fountains that are going on and then this dragon.
Yes. That's what I meant to do next. As does everyone have initiative counts on here?
Dragon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alex.
There we go.
Yeah, sorry.
Right there. Numeric.
Everyone
Wow,
rolled
the-
so well.
I roll high.
Everyone did
Everyone
roll
rolled-
really well. Where?
You beat a dragon. Just look at it that way. You beat a dragon.
And then the
Dragon-
dragon's gonna beat me.
No, that was not the right music. Where did my music go? I had great music for this. Where did it go?
You say music, it's probably just teeth mashing and angry growls.
It has a slow build, but then it gets into it. I've used this one before. There we go.
I'll turn it up for our
Music.
guests.
Yeah. Not so loud that we need someone. Yeah, we need someone on the
No,
the music volume.
Yeah, I can hear this one. I just can't hear the other one. So. we're
Gotcha,
good.
gotcha. Just to make sure it doesn't get too loud in. There we go. All right. Did I get that nature check? Did.
Yeah. Nothing.
You don't know. You don't know how old these dragons are.
You don't know.
They don't look like recent hatchlings. But
Even if
that
they're
could
with
be-
Mama, she may not have phased. She may still be pissed off in the other world.
Alright. Yep. Winter. It is your move first.
All right. I want to head towards the one that's closest to us.
This
So,
red one. I have
on
marked
the-
the red and blue for
Okay.
help in that area.
Is the red one clearly the closest one to us?
Insofar as you're able to judge distance, yes.
Okay.
Which is not me being glib. She's from the Feywild.
Yeah, I'm like,
Understood.
do they not understand distance either?
Not past a
Um,
certain point.
Nearsighted rabbits.
She will run up to it and she's gonna attack.
Yeah. How's she gonna do that?
She's gonna use an unarmed strike
All right.
and
You're punching
we
a dragon. I love it.
But I mean, might as well, right? Okay.
Indeed.
I'm finding the button.
Bust out the nuggy nada.
Did it show up? No.
Naginta, naginta. I love me some naginta. Does 25 hit, Drew?
A 25 does indeed hit as you run up to this, or hop up to this dragon. You know, fancy footwork already. And it blinks very slowly. And it starts to rear up, and you just sock it in the neck. Or do you kick it? You probably kick it, right? You describe it.
Sure. No, that sounds right. She sees the eye, and she's going to lean back and kick it really hard. And let's see, hopefully it will actually be really hard. Come on, damage. I'm sorry, I'm having difficulties.
Good. The damage is right there. Or unless you get you get additional damage, don't you?
No, is it right
The
there?
extra stuff. Or is it? Yeah, it's right under your. Right under your attack.
Okay,
If it's just the 1d6.
it is.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So Winter, you see her sprint up to the slow dragon, and then as her feet leave the ground, she plants her spear in the dirt and like pivots off of it, powering her, like slowing her momentum, but kicking her feet out and smacking into the dragon's neck, and then spinning, rotating around the spear and landing front with it above her head.
And then
Alright.
she's going to attack a second time.
Very good. Go ahead.
And she's going to go with her spear, I think, this time.
Awesome. A 17 does hit.
Fabulous. And
Oh, 2 5s on your, or 2 1s on your first damage rolls. That is unfortunate. Yeah,
So,
you just
but-
swing.
Stunning strike.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And yeah, so then for the... Is that a bonus?
Stunning strike.
Let's spend a key
No,
point.
every time you hit, you can choose to spend a key point to do Stunning
Yeah.
Strike.
I will do that thing. I will spend a key
Okay.
point.
That is what saving throw?
Hang on, I'm
Con.
sorry.
Constitution.
Con save. Thank you.
D&D decided to...
Does a 17
Really?
save?
Yes.
I believe it should.
Yes,
yeah.
14. Yes.
Yep. Alright, so he's not stunned, but is still down 9 points of health.
Move.
Alright, anything else you want to do with your turn?
Since that's a special, is that considered bonus action, or is it its own special
Nope,
thing?
that is that happens on your action. You still have a
Okay.
bonus action.
Excellent. Under... Then, I think... Would Flurry of Blows work here? Did I...
Yes? Yes, it would.
Okay. I'm gonna do that now. Yeah.
Flurry of blows. A 9 does not hit,
Oh
unfortunately.
no.
But she gets a second attack, right? With Flurry of Blows?
Flurry of blows?
Yeah, you spend 1 key
Uh,
point for 2 unarmed strikes.
Alright, yeah, so you get 1.
Monks get for free a bonus action unarmed attack. You spend a key point to do 2 of
That's
them,
right.
or to go into patient defense, or to run, basically dodge.
Yep.
Okay,
so
but in this case, I have another attack, correct?
you do have another
Because I've
bonus
already-
action attack,
yeah.
yes.
Did it show? I'm sorry.
It has the second one has not yet, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that one should.
Okay.
Hey, 23 definitely hits.
And damage.
Another 6 points of bludgeoning damage. All right. Very good. So you guys watch this hare dead sprint up to this dragon and start kicking. Just thud, spin around, slash with a spear, plant again, thud, thud. And the dragon look like it's slow and it's taken aback. Like, what is going on here? It's been teleported to a completely different plane, and then a rabbit has hit it with a spear. It doesn't know what's happening. Alexia, neither do you really, but it's your turn.
Its food is fighting back.
Exactly. This is a bad dream it had one time.
That's not a watermelon.
Okay, is this bottom of the map, is this difficult terrain if I wanted to get to the dragon at the bottom?
Well, there's a house in the way.
That's a house.
So you would
Okay.
have to go around the house.
Okay. So let me.
Which I can expand this a little bit.
Yeah, under me is, I guess, a treehouse. Oh, shit.
Oh, did that? Okay, no, there we go. I'm just calculating distance around the house. It's fine.
We're good.
Okay, so did I get to, let's see. Sorry.
If you wanted to go around the back, you could get to about here.
That'll work. I want to do that.
Sure. You...
I wouldn't? Okay, then that's gonna, ugh. Okay. So I can get right in front of a space above Desiel if I hug the house. Is that correct? Like here?
Yes.
Or am I going through difficult terrain? Okay.
Yeah.
And I can see this dragon that Winter is beating up.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I am gonna cast Mind Sliver on him.
Okay.
Ooh.
A intelligence save of 13. Okay. Sorry, I was measuring out cones. Oof. It saves with a 13.
Okay. Bonus action, I'm gonna dash to
Opportunity
are
attack.
these pillars?
As she attempts to leave from me, I try to stop her.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to attempt to grapple?
I can't trip her. I'm trying to keep her from running away. So
Okay.
I guess it'd just be an unarmed, like,
Yeah,
unarmed strike.
To try and stop her, it would be... You don't have like trip attack or anything. You're not a fighter. So it would have to be a contested grapple to try and hold her in position.
All right. Can I do that as a reaction?
As a reaction, I think you can.
Opportunity attack?
Or no, does
Okay.
opportunity attack specifies a weapon attack, doesn't it?
Or just like an attack. So I don't think grapples are attack actions, but I don't think they're attacks. So I'm just going to attempt to hit her. Unarmed strike.
Okay.
And my intent is to knock her
We're turning on each other.
back.
One melee attack. Yeah, you can try and hit her. Go for it.
Doesn't hit, but I'm gonna turn to you and be like, what the fuck?
No. It's your turn, so that's all I can say. Like, when I see you start to run,
I mean,
I swipe for you and I say, if you look at me, I say, no.
can I at least do a bonus action to hide?
Yeah,
You can do whatever you want. You can ignore me.
For him to get the opportunity, for him to have gotten the
I would have
opportunity
to
attack, you have to
move,
move
yeah,
at
okay.
least 5 feet. So you would have to take
Okay.
your bonus action
Well,
or dash.
That ends my turn. And I'm just glaring at you now.
Okay.
Okay, and now it is Desiel's turn.
Do you stay where you are, or do you use your dash action? Like, you still have movement. So do you just
Okay, well,
stop?
yeah, then I'll move back to
Okay.
where I was standing.
All right.
Size you up.
Desiel
What?
takes the molasses, still focusing on these two dragons and this aura of kind of like a sundial turning backwards around them. And as he's doing that, he reaches into his pouch with his other hand and pulls out a little piece of bat guano and throws it right into the middle at the fountain. And a 30-foot ball of fire right between the two dragons erupts.
Cool. So that's saving throws?
Yes.
Dexterity. They both failed, so they will both take 0 points of damage.
Okay. Completely
Red
immune to
dragons
fire.
are immune.
That's what I figured, but I was,
Red dragons are immune to fire.
my nature roll was not that great, so I'm like, I'll try it. So that's it. I was like, I didn't want you in the middle of that. And then he will use his action to, or his move action to kind of. I guess I'll just stay where the fuck I am. That's it. My turn's done.
Okay. It is a dragon's turn now. The bottom dragon, yes. As you, as the person who speaks Draconic, you hear them both chuckle. And to the rest of you, it's indecipherable from just a growl, but you hear, fire! We can do fire! As movement is what, halved? Yes, there can...
Target speed is halved, -2 to AC and dexterity, and cannot use reactions. It can use either an action or a bonus action on its turn.
Good, good. So this one is going to move up to, let's see, 5, 10, 15... Right there, right? That was correct. That's what I want. Yep, and then you see smoke curl around its mouth and out of its nostrils. And red light starts to build from its throat, and it exhales out a plume of fire that spreads, enveloping or seeking to envelop both Desiel and Alexia. You both need to make me dexterity saving throws. So Desiel succeeds, Alexia fails.
I hide behind her.
That is so. Oh. Well, yeah.
Hide behind Alexia.
So Desiel, you will
Not
take
really.
10 points of fire damage. Alexia, you will take 21.
Evasion.
One level off from evasion.
Yep, not quite yet.
I don't think I get evasion on this character.
But since that's
Oh, I
all
thought
it
you meant
can do-
Alexia.
Can I do
Uh-huh.
an uncanny dodge? It's an attack.
Can you?
It says when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack,
You have to be.
you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you. It doesn't say whether it's melee or spell.
Huh. I mean,
It
I
has to be
think...
something that targeted you.
Okay.
Does it?
So not area of effect.
So
Damn.
not an AoE, yeah.
Okay.
Good
Like
thought,
it
though,
can't.
but no.
Yeah, it can be spell and or weapon attack, but it has to be something that targeted you specifically. You can't uncanny dodge a fireball.
All right,
And I think
lovely.
John has to make a con save.
Yes, you do need to make a concentration check or concentration save. Yep, no problem. That's the first dragon's turn.
Got my focus.
It is Emmail's turn. Oh, has Emmail frozen again?
Okay. For my turn. Can you hear me? Maybe? No?
Yep.
Possibly?
Yes, we can.
Yes? No? Am I just being ignored? Am I sad? Is this life?
Yep.
Okay.
No, we can hear you.
So I will move 1, 2, 3, 4,
The dragon gets to make
Can I
another
get
wisdom saving throw at the end of its turn, by the way.
Does it? Okay. Oh, nope.
Okay. I'm like,
Roll a 2.
I should tell Drew this thing that I don't want to tell Drew. At the
Well,
end of
thank
each
you
of
for
their
being
at the end of
honest.
each of their turns, they get to try again.
So with me here, I will use my bonus action to conjure, instead of unsheathing my sword that I have at my back, I will use my bonus action to conjure another sword, a slightly shorter one, without a tip. And I first close my eyes and I clench my fist, and half of it appears, and then I clench again, and it forms with a purple tip. And a raven skull amongst two, like a skull, the skeletal hand with the scales with two skulls in the raven skull, sorry, on the balances. And I'll take a swipe with my spiritual weapon.
Alrighty, excellent.
Where's your token?
Yeah. It's by the upper dragon
Oh, that
on
is
the
strange.
left. Yeah. So
I can
let me
see
roll
it.
the attack for that.
Yep, attack for spiritual weapon. John, go ahead and reload your page, maybe. I don't know why it just wouldn't be there at all, but yeah, go ahead and roll attack for spiritual weapon.
Yes.
There it is.
There.
Sorry, where it is. There it is. So that is a. Oh, fuck me. Okay.
13 does not hit.
13. Yeah.
Would a 15
So
hit?
as I try to swipe it, and it.
Would a 15 hit?
He doesn't have advantage, so we'll never know. Doesn't know.
Dragon's AC is -2 at the moment.
Correct.
Okay. Alright. I just...
Yeah. So as I try to swipe it and it doesn't work, I'm just gonna look forward at the dragon, and I'm going to say, "Be gone!" And two little puffs of smoke are gonna show up from either side as two skeletal figures with dog faces come back and bite on either side. As I'm going to use my action to Path to the Grave on this Abiyash, which is
Excellent.
very much not a spell. It's a channel divinity. So whoever hits it next with a targeted attack, it will deal double damage. And yep, that's my turn.
Very good. I think the last person to hit something that had Emmail's Path to the Grave is up next.
By the way, is Dragon's Breath considered a spell?
No.
Just remember.
Dragon spellcasting is an optional thing. So sometimes it can be, but not here.
Cool.
Okay. I'm gonna pull myself together in this bush because apparently we're fighting a dragon now. Okay, I've heard that this is a thing that I don't recommend you doing, but you know what? This trip has been full of those. So I'm gonna pull out my Shadowfell shard and just kind of look at it. I've never used it before. And you know, this worked last time, so let's try it again. And normally for Tempest, when she casts Guiding Bolt, she kind of just mimes as if she's kind of got a bow and arrow, and you know, in her hand is where the orb forms, but now she's holding the Shadowfell shard up as if it's, you know, her bow, and at the very tip of the top of it, the golden light forms, and as she pulls back and lets go, it splits into two. We're gonna hit one of each of them if I can see them, otherwise I'll move up one square if I have to.
Yeah, you want to move up just a
Okay,
little bit.
I'll
Yep, wrap
move
around
and
its
then
back.
twin spell guiding bolt at 2nd level.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
That does not hit. I'm gonna
8 on the
try
first does
using
not hit.
Save by the gods on that. Favored by the gods, whatever it's called. The gods need to save me. 13 won't hit still. And then my second one. Nat 20.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes,
and
it
we would
is.
have gone 1, 2, because this is the one that breathed the fire, so I missed on the fire scary one, but I guess I hit this one over their heads.
Yeah.
Crit and
So-
double damage.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
double
right.
digit, right?
Oh, man, it is. So that's 13 plus
Heck
16, 29,
58.
58.
Yeah.
What's double damage from?
Past the grave.
Combo
At the end of your
move.
next turn, the next time you or an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, yeah. Has vulnerability to all that attack's damage, yeah.
Very nice.
So yes, the first bolt sails wide over the dragon's head. You're kind of, oh, okay, recenter yourself. Feel the energy gather in the shard, and then whoosh, out. And the dragon starts to kind of rear up almost to face, to brave the attack. And then the bolt strikes right at the base of its shoulder where it meets the wing, and you just hear a snap, and the wing falls limp.
This is the one
I'll
by
take
Walt
that.
and Witcher.
Yes, and the dragon roars. That's minus 58. It comes back down, and one of its legs buckles as it kind of hobbles back up on 3, clutching its claws close to its chest. That hurt.
And because I used my Shadowfell shard with meta magic, I give that one disadvantage on slow uses wisdom, right?
Wisdom indeed.
Wisdom, attack, ability checks, and saving throws both.
Woohoo.
Oh. Oh.
Can I do anything else?
You have some movement. You've
I
got,
do
I
have
think, a bonus
movement.
action, or is that your Shadowfell shard?
No, I think the Shadowfell shard is just when I use the
That's right, just when you use a meta magic option, yeah.
when I use the meta magic option. Yeah. I'm assuming I can only use that once per turn, right? I've never used this thing before. It doesn't say once per turn, but
Let's see what it does say.
It might have daily charges.
it doesn't say that either.
When you use a meta magic option on a spell while you're holding it, you can momentarily curse one creature targeted by the spell. So it's on one creature.
But I can do one creature per option. Is it one creature per turn? Or one creature per curse?
When you use a meta magic option on a spell while you are holding or wearing the shard, you can momentarily curse one creature targeted by the spell. Choose one ability score until the end of your next turn.
My question is, if
What-
I quicken spell and use another spell, can I curse the other dragon now?
You cannot cast 2 leveled spells on the same turn, even
I can
with
quicken spell a cantrip though.
You can.
I can.
That's true.
You can say no. I just want to establish this with the first use.
It will be on one creature.
Okay, I'm happy.
You can have it
with
on one creature at a time.
that. I won't waste a quicken spell then. I'm just gonna.
I wasted a fireball. I mean.
You know what? Fair enough. Quicken spell.
No,
Mine
no,
silver
I'm just fucking
the
with
other
you.
dragon.
No.
No, let's do it. I didn't get to hit him, so.
All right.
Enough.
Good question, are you?
What's the range on that? 60 feet, so yes, I am.
Okay.
It's an intelligence save, 14. Not very high.
Man, dragons aren't that intelligent. Oh, yeah, it's a 19. That saves.
Alright, cool. And then for my movement, I'm gonna... I don't know, duck back down here. I don't think I'm his friend anymore. Maybe one more dash.
Certainly not. It's his turn.
Oh no.
And... yeah, he's not happy. He swoops up to here and kind of clambers on this column. So actually, wait, Winter's gonna get an opportunity attack.
Yep.
Go for it. As he starts to kind of whoosh away from you, and you see the point where the bones of the wing has been driven down, almost pressing against the rib cage. And you can take a strike at it.
Can I use my spear?
Yeah,
Or
you
no?
can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It-
Okay.
I will say,
Alright.
if you hit it, it won't matter. Because your damage bonus alone is enough at this point to do it.
So whatever you hit
unless
it,
there's a-
so hit it. Yeah, as long as you hit it, you're killing it.
As long as you hit it. Oh. Which that unfortunately does not.
Am I... Oh, I don't have line of sight anymore. Damn, never mind.
On that one you do, yeah.
On that one, silvery bobs?
Sure.
Because it's not a save.
It does it... Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. Like I'm tempted to do chronergy, but my character does not know that it's one hit away from death, so I won't do that.
All right, because now this dragon will take every breath it has in its lungs with a fury in its eyes as red fire almost seems to drip from its loose jaw and unleashes flame at both Emnael and Winter. So the two of you need to make dexterity saving throws.
6.
Wait. That one was guiding bolted, which means she had an advantage on that attack.
That is true.
That is true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are right. It does.
Roll again.
And it's, yeah, we're not a turn late. We're still in the same turn, so it's not too late. Roll it again.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
Attention.
Melina,
It's
Thank
palpable.
you. That's why I was like, exactly who?
you.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Okay.
you.
Sorry.
18
show up?
hits. Yep, 18 hits.
Oh
how
my
do you
God.
how do you want to do this?
With your naginata.
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna jump up really high and take that spear and just, drive it down into it.
Yes.
Mouth, rabbit teeth. Ah.
Oh, that's excellent.
She
You
goes
guys
all
hear a
Monty Python,
ferocious
bunny
and-
on its throat.
Yes. A ferocious and heroic chirp echoes through the trees as Lim and Ren poke their heads out from the room. We're just gonna go to good brave. Because they are going to be in next round. And so, yeah, the first dragon finds its left side is now completely limp. And then with still slowed, it kind of... And you watch the fire in its mouth dwindle, and then the light in its eyes go out. It crumbles off of the pillar and slams to the ground in front of them now. Very
And
much
Winter.
dead. And Winter. Well, Winter's kind of standing on it in a hero pose, I imagine.
Oh
Yeah, probably not a hero pose. Probably like,
yeah.
She's earned the hero pose. So let me ignore the size of these tokens when they come in. I
They're
promise
gonna be
they
bigger than the
I
dragons. Yep.
Ancient Fey gods appear.
So they are going to be up here
The traveler has arrived.
at the. Need to pop some initiative for them.
Turns out Ren is the ancient fairy dragon that Lim married.
Let's see, do they both get in? Did that work?
They do bicker
Works
like
for
a
one of
married
them.
couple.
Directly descending. Oh, Winter, what is your dex?
my deck.
It doesn't matter. You're going first. You killed the dragon.
Okay. Well,
It is your turn. One
okay.
dragon slain.
So, is this a fountain here? In
Right
between
beneath
me?
you?
Yeah. Yes.
It is a fountain, but it is clogged with various fungi.
She goes digging for copper
There's-
pieces.
Yeah. Can I like jump up on the edge and then to the fountain and down to the other side? Yeah.
If you use your rabbit hop, you certainly can.
Mm. Yeah.
I think you get like 3 or 4 of those, don't you?
I think it's like 5 at this point.
Yes, but I don't know if I want to use that action. So,
It's a bonus action.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, she will run over, I guess run.
I do run.
I guess she has to go around the fountain.
Yeah, going through would be difficult terrain. So let's see. 20, 20. I mean, you could still get into melee with the other dragon if that's what you want to do.
Yes. Right about there?
Yep, that works.
Okay. And I would like to attack. I'm going to start with the unarmed.
Very good.
And she is going to just run up to it and punch it in whatever part of the body she can get to first.
Mhm.
I just imagine
So
her
if
running
its
up
head is
behind it.
low, she's just gonna run up to it and wail on it. So here we go.
Full of a dragon killing frenzy. A 16 does hit because it's slowed.
Right.
So let's see, you get
And I think
2 attacks and then an extra unarmed attack with your bonus action. Is
And
that correct?
And then can
One.
spend a key point to either get
And
another
then
attack
Yes, and
or
she
do
can
some
flurry
other
of
shit.
blows.
And the key point to do
Like 3 or 4 different things, right? Monks, flurry of blows, or stunning strike.
There's a
or-
bunch of stuff.
you can
Crazy
step of
shit.
the wind. In step of the wind, which is dash or disengage, you can patient defense, which is basically take the dodge action as a bonus action, or you can flurry of blows, or you can just attack without spending.
Or stunning strike, right? Or is that not a bonus action thing?
Stunning strike is not a bonus action. You can do it on
It's a
any
special.
Yeah,
Okay.
or
it's on any attack.
Right.
So yeah, go ahead and roll damage for the first unarmed strike.
I need to play a monk.
I
Well,
didn't
we
come up
bicker
on that
about-
one.
No, for some reason.
Okay.
Click the name, like in Roll20 where it says unarmed strike, click on that in the pink box. And that should throw down your damage.
$16.
8 bludgeoning. Excellent.
All right. Second, she's gonna, as she comes back from landing that, she's gonna go ahead and start bringing her spear forward and then stab it.
Naturally. 11 does not hit.
Okay. And then she will. Yeah, she is going to step back. Wait, not step back. I think at this point she'll. Do you have to step back to go into patient defense?
Patient defense.
No, it just gives you the dodge action. So everything he
so.
tries to do to you is at disadvantage. Doesn't matter where you are.
Okay. All right, then she'll. I'm going to spend the key point so that she can go into patient defense and just stay right there.
Okay, very good.
I've watched somebody play a rogue, so I know a few things.
Okay, yeah. Lim's turn now. Who you see kind of take in the situation and then raise up his arms as though he's holding a bow. And you see a shimmering leafy green apparition of a bow appear in his hands. He releases the arrow at the dragon. And misses. As you see it sail wide, hit the cart, and seem to... It's strange to see like a swirl of leaves detonate, but they seem to kind of erupt, destroying the wood around them. Ah, dang it! As he hops down by him now. And it's Alexia's turn.
Okay, this dragon is engaged currently with Winter, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I would get sneak attack on this.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to move next to him. And then first strike with my rapier. 18 hit.
18 hits.
Okay, there's that, and then plus the sneak attack.
Whew.
Okay.
He'd already rolled the
then-
snake attack. Just FYI.
Oh, we did? Okay. And then bonus action, my second attack with a short sword.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Who's
That one, my
that?
turn.
Yeah.
Okay, now the second attack does not have sneak attack. But you still do another 13, so that's... and then minus another 13. Okay. Well, John, it looks like the curse of rogues rolling crits on their offhand attacks still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, you pretty well carve into this thing.
Oh,
A
it's
chunk of scales just falls off of its off of its side.
When I did that,
And-
I wanted to have been making eye contact with Desiel for slapping me earlier, just as kind of like a do this again.
Did I actually
You're gonna have
stop you from
issues.
taking your action in the previous turn? Or just your
Well,
bonus
I was gonna at least move out of the way
Sorry.
to. It doesn't matter,
the
but
fire,
either way,
yeah.
I'm just.
No, yeah.
I was just
Well-
slicing
Yeah, I
this
was just
dragon.
I've been thinking about that
Well-
for the last couple of minutes. I'm like, did I stop her from taking her action or just her bonus action?
Just a bonus action.
I had plans, yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Well, it is Desiel's turn for
I had-
his
I had that-
riposte.
All important fireball to cast. At least I didn't want you in the middle of it. Alright, so Desiel is going to get right up next to her. Kind of looking at her. Is she taking an opportunity attack when I move more than 5 feet away from her? No? Okay. I swing around to the other side and pissed off that my fireball did nothing. I should have known better. I have to study more. I reach out. And Desiel, with the anger, like the black veins, kind of move up his neck and down his arm as he reaches out and grabs the taint of the dragon and casts Inflict Wounds from behind.
Yes, the Ant-Man! The Ant-Man has cometh!
Oh, you do advantage, don't you? Because you're flanking.
I do,
Dang it.
that's why I went around from behind.
Ah, I wondered why you were doing that. That it hits.
I mean, there ain't no diarrhea like necromantic diarrhea, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
And then I'll
Horrid. Simply horrid. And the dragon seems to agree.
use my last 5 feet to go here.
Right. Oh, when he's slowed, he can't take reaction.
That's right.
Very good.
Well, actually, I will give my friends advantage. I will stay there and just test my fate.
Alright. Dragon didn't like that. It jumps and whirls around. Winter, actually, you have to duck to escape its tail going over top of you. And with a very surprised look on its face, it is going to chomp Desiel. Does a 19 hit you? I assume it does. Oh my goodness.
Shield! Reaction used. I'm at
So I
21.
assume that no longer hits you?
Correct.
Because it took an attack on Desiel, can I now do a sentinel attack?
I think you can, if you haven't used your reaction.
Nope.
Go for it.
Alright. Let's attack. Use your reaction to make a melee weapon. Okay.
As the dragon whips around and goes to bite right down on Desiel's head, and then the teeth bounce off of the spectral spider's legs, wrapped over top of him.
I like that.
22 hits. And 5 piercing damage. God, this dragon's not looking good either. And that's all I can do. Its turn. Except make a saving throw on slow, although I don't think it's gonna matter. Does a 15 save?
I think it's Wiz 15. Yes, it's Wiz 15. So
Okay, so it is no longer slowed. However, it is also Mnail's turn.
this is that silvery barbs moment.
Yeah, and I can.
Tempest. Yeah, I used my reaction for shield, so I'm like, ah, hey.
Yeah.
It would be
Given the
great if it was
fact
the one
that
I
everyone who
cast.
could maneuver, given the fact that anyone who had movement and could maneuver around made the strict favor of staying in front of my way, I cannot get a melee with this thing. So I have to. The best I can do is come kind of like
What?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. The best I can do is go down here.
Well, that would be inside the house. So you cannot go there.
Oh, that's
unless you're
inside the
diving through a
house.
window.
I thought that house was like up. Okay.
Why can't
This one's on the ground.
Here's 5.
Why can't
10,
you go to the right?
15.
Yeah, you could just go basically right next to the way that Winter went, and get here. Get here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh yeah, I could get over here. I don't know how to count. I'm stupid.
And I said Winter would have trouble with this.
So, seeing what Desiel did.
Yeah. And now his tail is
we
facing
used to
you.
fly everywhere. I don't know. Yeah. Exactly. Seeing what Desiel did, I'm like, well, I guess that could be a little bit of inspiration. And I'll reach the hand out and I will cast Inflict.
What?
Inflict taint.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, oops, it didn't roll. Give me 1 second. But given the fact that I don't have advantage, this could be not as good. Let's see. Nope, pretty decent.
Yep, it's dead. Well, I don't know what you roll yet, actually. Go ahead and roll
Yeah,
it.
not
It might not be.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage, because it does hit.
17 points.
Yeah. I am so loath to ask, but how does this happen?
Inflicting.
I'm not going for the taint. As I see the dragon whipping around and I see Desiel release necromantic energy, I start running around the fountain. And as I'm running, I'm gripping the blade, and at a certain point, the blade just stays back, and I look like, oh shit, and I don't have anything in hand. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. And as at the point where I'm trying to figure out what to do, I look up and I just see this 8-foot dragon in front of me, and I'm like, and I start raising my hands, and a black smoke emits from them, and I just go, and I try to grab it and release, like its veins start to bulge and pop as I'm trying to release all this energy.
Absolutely. It starts to belch black smoke and quiver, and you see these black lines curling up it, and it just seems to crumple in on itself, exhaling a final puff of smoke before it too is dead.
Yay!
You all are out of initiative.
And I immediately start skinning these things.
I kind of like, I'm stuck in my hiding place for a while until I realize I don't hear the sounds of combat anymore. I'll like meander my way out cautiously.
Clever.
We're out of initiative, correct?
Out of initiative, yep. And Amnil, you're looking around?
Yes,
right?
but I'm also very busy trying to collect some scales.
Okay.
Dragon scale armor.
But I would before I start doing that, I would look around. Let just be.
Okay. Yeah. So make a quick. No, are you looking for anything in particular? Like looking for signs of more dragons, or are you just kind of like?
Should we break and do post combat aftermath?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yes, that's a good. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Let's head to break, and then we will settle all of that. Once we come back, don't go too far.
All
We
right.
will be here in just a few minutes.
Be back shortly, around 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
We didn't stray too far away during our break, as we now move away from our combat, our initiative.
A little announcement, real quick.
And,
A little break.
Oh.
Because you flowed right in. I meant to mention when we were making the other announcements after the recap. For those of you who are interested, two things that weren't mentioned were the two notes that appeared last session. One, the note that Desiel left for the third hand, and two, the note that Desiel found with Lyra's belongings. If you would like to see those notes, join our Discord. And under the Doors and Deities resources are pictures of both of those notes. That's all.
Very good, John. I had entirely forgotten about that, actually. So thank you for reminding me. But, nonetheless, the dragons lie dead before you.
We're out of initiative. Can I do something really fast before we jump into this?
Yeah.
I would like to walk over to Desiel and slap him.
Okay. Is Desiel gonna avoid the slap?
John wants to not, but Desiel probably would. Yeah, I would try.
Oh, he's not friends with Alexia yet, so that makes sense.
Not quite. Yeah.
Is it athletics?
Okay.
He would
So,
attempt to.
an unarmed weapon attack. No damage unless you're really trying to hit him.
It's 16. Sorry.
Hmm.
So he'll. Oh. Yes, okay, yes. What? What is this?
Sorry, there was a big bug near your face. And I'll just like kind of twirl away, walk over.
Hey, do you know I was trying to prevent you from getting barbecue, eh?
Oh, what are you talking about? I'm not even upset about that anymore. Don't worry about that.
Okay, next time you run into the middle, I'll throw a fucking fireball right up your asshole.
It's gonna be great traveling with you in the Feywild.
I thought I was protecting you. I thought, but okay. Just fucking.
Right, when you protect somebody, you use an open palm. Got it, noted. When I'm protecting you, I'll remember the same. Don't worry. Like I said, not bad.
I was reaching for you. I was
You're right.
reaching
Thank
to
you
stop you.
so much. Thank you so much. Anyways,
Did it just get like really hot in here? Like, is anyone else feeling the temperature in the room just like, oh?
So you are not here. I don't know what you were doing, but I prevented her from running into the middle of a fireball, and apparently that was the wrong thing to do.
oh no. You definitely prevented me from running into a fireball that you casted with a slap. Thank you.
I
Again,
reached
like
out
I said,
for you.
we don't have to talk about this
I
anymore.
didn't even hit you.
Sure.
I didn't even hit you.
Sure. You're right. Like I said,
And you didn't hit me either.
no grudges.
I mean,
No
that's fine.
grudges. Let's
No.
just move on.
I missed you. You missed me. We're even.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, I miss
Are
Lyra.
people coming out of their house?
If you look around, you can see heads of various diminishing sizes, like poking out of windows to see if the dragons are gone.
Hello, little people. Everything is safe. You can come out now.
What did you just call them?
Little people. You're little people, no?
Rude.
How is that rude?
We don't call you big clumsy person, do we?
I didn't say little
As-
stupid
as-
people. I said little people.
As someone
I'm big
as
people.
someone puffs through the window and then a puff of pollen appears right in front of your face.
Don't throw your magic mushroom spores at me. I didn't say anything bad about being little people. You're little people. I'm a big people. You're little people.
Oh, he's just sensitive because he's the shortest one.
Everybody here is so fucking sensitive today. Man, is it the dragons or what? She's so sensitive. You little peoples are sensitive. Everybody's so sensitive.
I said
You're
Like our
welcome.
no
lives were in.
grudges.
I save her from a fireball. She gets upset. We
That
save
he
you
cast.
from a
that he
dragons, and you get upset. Like fuck me.
How many spells do you know? Do you
Feywild.
only know Fireball? You could have chosen and again, no grudges.
No, I know that
It's
thing
an
that
acceptable
slowed
plan,
him and
guys.
prevented him from eating you in the face when he
right.
was
I
slow.
also
How did your
summoned my
fire work
rations
against
to
red
red
dragon?
limb.
It worked very well, thank you.
Oh yeah, I saw it worked very well.
Did you? Did you know this? The fireball was very impressive.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was a big 3 to 30 feet of fireball. Like what?
Mm.
They died, didn't they? Obviously, between the slow and the fireball, it was a good start.
Tempest is just gonna look over at Desiel. Hey! I'm gesturing angrily with my peanuts.
A good start, I say. That's all I had.
Oh, you're a real people person, aren't you? Anyway.
Only the little
Yeah.
people.
Apparently not for little people neither. I try to help people and everybody gets upset. I don't understand.
Maybe it's the way you help, but
Okay,
Like you
next time
said,
you run
no
into the
grudges.
fireballs and I won't slow nobody. And fuck me. Amnail, help me out here. What did I do? These women are pissed off.
I will take both my hands and I'll point at Desiel. Good intention, bad delivery. And I'll look at Alexia and I go, bad reading of other people's intention, terrible delivery. Can we? Oh, we're both sorry. We wanted good things. Are we okay?
All good things here.
I said repeatedly, I hold no grudges, so I don't even know why we're discussing.
He
this
clearly
anymore.
didn't want to hurt you. You saw the.
Okay.
I
Okay.
didn't say
So
he wanted to hurt me.
thank you for everybody.
Excuse you,
for-
I am a terrible people person, but I'm very good at reading people, and I sense sarcasm.
Okay, so thank
On
you
my
everybody for killing the big worms. We should Amnail, do you need help with that? This skinning and the scales and things. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I don't know. They might be useful. We could probably sell them for a good bit. I'd like a tooth. I have a friend that would like a dragon's tooth.
Yeah, I'm
Can I have a tooth?
like I have my. Yep.
So the two of you are gonna.
So as soon as I finish it, and I have my sword, and I'm using it, since it has extra things against objects and stuff, and technically a dead creature is an object, so I'll try to leverage scales out and collect as many as I can.
Right. So make that'll be a survival check with advantage from the help you're getting from Desiel.
I help you. I'm a good helper. See, I told you I'm a good helper.
Oof. Yeah. So you can collect a number of teeth.
I think he's mostly going for
Uh,
scales. I just wanted a tooth.
But yeah. And then, I mean, yeah, you get most of its left flank intact. The others are kind of either bent or otherwise broken or just in too difficult a position to reach. So you can get a decent number of scales as well.
Is it possible for me to go off and just pick off some I don't know if any fall off while he's actually doing professional work over there, just little scraps of stuff in my crafts bag.
Yeah. You can just kind of get the awful, not the awful. You don't want the awful.
No, I
Definitely
do
not.
not want the
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, just like the bits of broken scale and things that Amnil kind of judges and then
Crafts
drops to the
nice.
side. Sure, bits of bone chipped off of this thing's rib cage.
So Tezio, kind of while he's helping him now, he kind of looks over. He's like, you're like skinning this thing. You know what I've never had? Like never had? I don't know anybody who's ever had fucking dragon meat, man. Like you take the scales and the skins off, like cut some of the meat. You take some of the
You
meat.
reckon
with
it tastes kind of smoky because they're fire?
Yeah, like smoked dragon. Who? Do you
Aren't
know?
they immune? Aren't they immune to fire though?
No.
Like, is it even gonna be able
No,
to cook?
did you see that the fireball? Like, poof, it was crazy.
Yeah. I saw the fireball. It didn't do anything.
Yeah, no. What makes you say it didn't do anything? It did something. They're dead, right?
They're red dragons. You tried to hit red dragons with fire.
We
Not
wouldn't have to
idiot.
cook them. We
Yeah,
could
but
like
they
chew
can,
them,
they can still
dry
cook.
them.
It's the meat. After we get the meat, and we cook the meat. Now we take dragon meat. Like, who here has ever had dragon meat, or knows anybody who's ever
Dragon
eaten
bacon.
dragon meat? Dragon bacon. Dragon bacon.
What cooler pocket bacon is there than dragon pocket bacon?
Dragon pocket bacon. Yes, we could pocket the dragon bacon. Okay. We cut off some meat, including some belly meat for bacon.
Yeah. Dragon belly meat.
And we put that in the
I
bag
think it would
with
be fatty
Lyra.
enough. Because I mean, we're not talking about like pork. This is reptile, not known for its
Fattiness.
fattiness. Exactly. Unless the tail. Do dragons store fat in the tail?
Yeah, like every
A question I never thought I would ask.
tails always have energy.
Right, they've always got stuff in there, but
I would argue no, because they're known to be like powerful, like tail attacks.
sure
and
they
things. So
use their tails. That's a good point. It'd be mostly scale and bone, yeah.
I would think with a 21 survival, Amnail's able to find some fatty bits that we could use as bacon.
You could find some bits that would be less chewy.
There we go. We get dragon.
I mean, it is a reptile.
I think it would be like gator.
Yeah, basically.
I've eaten plenty of gator.
Yeah.
That's
Just with
that's fatty.
fast twitch
Amnail
muscles.
went so deep in the dragon trying to find bacon bits, he's disappeared.
He's disappeared.
You might want to pull in a bot. He's gonna restart his router. He said in the
He has
chat.
Luke Skywalkered himself into the dragon
I'll just
and
change
is
our
sleeping in it for warmth. But yeah, the difference between an alligator and a dragon is activity level. Gators have real slow metabolism. They survive by building up fat deposits and living off them. Dragons less so.
I
Probably 'cause
hope
they
the
fly.
writers
Flying takes a ton of energy.
come across this one day
I can't
and
find the right.
see just how far down the rabbit hole we've gone with exactly what would dragon taste like.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure it would taste fantastic if you cooked it right, because it's like, yeah, because a gator's really good.
The Winter, you're
And
from
then-
around here? What's it like growing up in the Feywild?
Them so quickly.
I mean, you pin that motherfucker to the ground. Like, you just... You could not move.
I mean, I've never seen anything like that before. That was really incredible. You're like a warrior.
I could see the Tempest's hit on that dragon was obvious, right?
Oh
it's
yeah.
glowing, and then the dragon was glowing. So
Yeah.
Well, I may have pierced it. I believe it was the culmination of prior attacks
Yeah. Like,
that
starting
allowed that to happen.
with the fireball. And then especially the crazy, ridiculous thing that Tempest did. And then the spear thing.
Tempest,
Like,
Was that
and
Tempest?
Winter, you guys did amazing. You two did amazing.
this person got
Some of the
some
best
attitude
work I've ever
problems, huh?
seen.
What's your problem?
I
time-
wouldn't
I'm
put too
sorry.
much stock in that. I mean,
I'm gonna fireball this bitch.
I wasn't. I mean, I will say this: she did behave better than you guys did the first time you were in the Feywild.
Is this a
'Cause
courting
she
ritual?
is still conscious.
I was conscious the first time we were in the
And-
Feywild.
And none of her stuff's
So
been
was I.
stolen.
God, yeah.
At least none of her stuff's been stolen that you know of.
No, none of my stuff was stolen either. And I mean, whatever was stolen of Lyra's was returned, I'm sure, from whoever did that thing.
Yeah, who's to say?
To be fair, weren't you the one that tried to put everyone to sleep anyway?
Yes, that's what I'm. Yeah.
So really, if she's doing better, it's because you've been biased in how you treat everyone that comes into the Feywild.
What? And he snaps his
Yeah.
fingers and casts sleep. How many hit points do you have right now, Alexia?
I'm so tired of this group. By this point, once it's done, 24.
24.
Yep.
Okay. Boom. Okay, yep, that's at second level, so yep. Alexia drops unconscious.
I love them.
Her and who else?
No one.
Well,
There
I
aren't
mean,
enough.
eh,
Unless someone has fewer than 5 hit points.
fair enough. Does someone have less than 24 though? Because if someone has less than
Shush.
her, they would
Shush,
fall
we're in the
for it.
Feywild. Shush.
Oh. I have 28. I'm immune anyway.
It's also you can choose the targets, right? How many points? Yeah.
You could just
You can
cast
choose
it,
the
even if it was
area.
Well,
random.
no, you
Yeah.
can choose
But
the
I'm-
area.
If you just cast the area,
Yeah, you can choose the
behind her,
area, but
Yeah, they
it's
are
by
behind. Yeah, it doesn't matter. She's unconscious. See? No favoritism.
Oh no, not at all.
No. It's okay. No, shh. Wash. I go over, and I kind of like pick her up and lean her on my knee. And I like lean in really close and like slap her in the face. Hey, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake her up.
Are you okay? Like 6 inches away from her
Does
face.
heal.
She like wakes up and headbutts him.
What? Winter looks at
An armed
Tempest and
attack.
Amniel
Still
is
groggy.
like,
Are they
He drops her.
courting?
Boom.
You know, I
One
don't
bludgeoning.
actually know.
Honestly,
always hope
if
so. I
I'm
wanna
being
keep her.
honest, and I looked at Tempest, and I go, well, for once, I'm not the hot-headed one, so At least this is a good perspective. Question. Can we attempt to be less intrusive on each other's personal spaces, less doubtful of people's intentions? Can we try to at least work together for the next few hours or days or whatever it is on this place? Please.
Yeah, less likely to attack your friends, or at least your compatriots, or whatever the fuck.
If we're gonna bicker, can we at
Right.
least bicker in motion? We have a person to resurrect. I'm sure Lyra would love to see this all in person.
I am in agreement.
Yeah, okay. She seems a lot more moody than she was like 2 hours ago, or 2 weeks ago, depending
Well-
on, you know.
Right. Okay. No, I'm fine. Don't worry. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Is everyone all right?
I'm fine.
Oh right, is anyone injured?
No, she tried like twice, but fucking, I don't know why she's with us, eh? I mean, no, I'm very glad she's with us. No, I'm very glad you're with us. Really. Why do you keep attacking me?
Winter
Mine
just
very
starts
aggressive.
walking. She just starts walking.
I follow Winter.
I try to catch up to Alexia and I go, no, but really, are you injured?
I'm fine.
I'm genuinely trying to help you.
No,
I'm not trying to be patronizing.
she got burned, and I'm not just talking about like what I said. No, like she got burned, like for real. So did I too. I'm not talking about like what I said, which was kind of a burn, but like she got burned.
Okay, healing word, twin spelled first level, both Desiel and Alexia, and the healing word is shut up, hyphenated, so it's one word.
I'll allow it.
Shush.
And I rolled a full 4, so you get 7 points each.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm mostly there.
I just look over at Tempest and I go, oh, okay. Fine.
They have like a little glowing shut up slapped on their face for a few seconds. 6 seconds, one might say.
All right, so you guys are heading out of the town into the Feywild.
Did we leave Lim and Ren behind?
Yep.
Oh. Bye!
Bye, thank you for not doing
Bye.
anything useful. See you some other time, I suppose.
Okay, Mr. Fireball.
Yep. We got nothing.
Occasionally, every few steps,
Yep.
Winter will just kind of hop as she's moving along.
You threw ice at a snowman, Desiel. What can I say?
John knew.
Right.
Desiel did not.
That's fine. Yeah. You step out into the forest, thinking solidly. Corvin, capital city of Altrim, the poppy fields, unbirthed stones, locking that in your minds.
Okay, everybody, this
And-
time. The poppy fields with a D. Near the unbirthing stones. Let's not have the same problem we had before.
Unbirthing? I thought it was unbirthed. Oh no.
Oh shit.
Not again!
This is what I said.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. It's 2 words. It is the unbirthed.
The unbirthed
Stones.
stones. That's what I said. The unbirthed stones.
Oh.
I'm gonna kind of start hopping along beside you. Just cause.
She'll smile at you. Hopping is fun.
I agree. Hopping is very fun.
All right. Will
You
there be
have-
any?
You have a friend in your bag.
You were there when we put her there.
Quite literally.
What happened to her?
Well, I don't actually know what lifespans are like for such hop-along focus yourself. But, humans are fragile. And we let her get into a situation where that just crept up really quickly. So we're gonna go patch her back together.
Okay.
Why did you come?
I've been tasked with finding what is causing the planes to cross into one another. We suspected it was the sundial. But now it may be something else. So I'm going with you to eventually, hopefully, discover what it is.
I mean, if there was ever a group to tag along with for your investigation, we would be it. We just, like, walked into the Feywild at the beginning of all of this.
That's how a lot can travel the Feywild. They just walk through the Feywild. So, yes, that will work.
Meanwhile, hanging back, Nezio looks over at Amnail. You know, I think I know how you feel. Like, you tried to help that girl, right? Like, you tried to help that woman, the girl, right? You tried to help her, is what you were trying to do, no? You tried to help her and you got fucked.
I hear this.
I don't know. Did you walk up with the bunny and the blue girl?
I'm just walking probably in the middle of the group.
Okay. Then it's up to you. If you want roll a 10 or higher, you hear?
Yeah, if you're kind of in the middle, yeah, roll perception. If you're kind of trying to listen back.
There you go. 10 or higher, you hear it. Yes, yeah, you hear it. Like, you got fucked. Like, you tried to help that girl and you got fucked, right? Like, I tried to help and I pissed everybody off.
Means and intentions and the way we try to do things doesn't always work out. Look, she's angry, she's distressed, she's away from her family, from her friends, from her life, basically. And you also want to help her, and you didn't really have another moment in the heat of the thing. Well, haha, that's pretty funny, heat. But in the difficult situation, quick time thinking, maybe you did it in the not the best way possible, which is understandable. I think this is getting blown way out of proportions.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what.
I mean, I did not hear anybody else say, hey, by the way, don't use fire on the fucking red dragons. Like, if anybody had said, hey, don't use fire on the red dragons, I would not have done that. But at least she wasn't in the meal. And you weren't, and I made sure nobody was in the middle when I did. Anyway,
That's
whatever.
fair enough.
Fuck it. So,
I don't think that's the outcome you should take from this. Otherwise, you're gonna be very angry for quite a while.
I'm not angry. I just don't understand. People are so emotional and shit.
Frustration can curl into apathy, and you can't really afford to be rude to one another.
Yeah, she needs to stop being rude. Right? I mean, I agree. But it's okay. I'll be the bigger person, and she can be rude. And it's okay.
Oh,
We have more
okay.
important things to take care of. Don't worry about it.
When
It's
you
okay.
say that, okay. And I just look at Alexia, seeing that she's paying attention to the conversation.
I'm trying to do it discreetly.
So make an insight
Yeah.
check.
Me? Okay. 18 isn't enough? Okay.
Passive insight of 18.
Passive insight of 18, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, you could see it.
Just kind of glance over, which I figure she doesn't see because she probably has her back turned to me, but I'll just be like, I'll scratch my hair. I'll undo my ponytail that I have. Okay. We have to get to the Unearthed Stones. I know we probably should have discussed this earlier, but I wasn't feeling too well with all the dragon guts and blood and gore. Maybe we should take a little resty rest?
Yeah, do you need to do your
Possibly,
thing
maybe.
with Lyra? How often do you need to do that?
Let me think. Well, we only left the mausoleum Oh, that's a good point. Does the time on the spell, is that plane sensitive?
I mean, it seems like, well, from what I know, the little bit that I have studied how time works and whatnot. However your spell works on the body, it should be attuned to either your passage of time or passage of time on the body, which thus far has been exactly the same. So, however you decide based on your experiences, because time on your spell revolves around you and the subject upon which you cast, which at the moment is exactly the same.
Fair enough. So it should be fine for another week, basically.
Oh,
a little
shit.
more.
Okay then.
But nothing stops us from checking once we stop to rest. Because the good thing about this is that it doesn't really prevent. What it does is basically prevent decay, physical decay.
Hey,
So if it stops preventing decay, it'll start to decay, and it'll be rather visually perceptible.
so not to be like minimizing your very important priestly powers, but like, could you cast that on like the dragon stakes to make them last longer, so they don't decay?
Oh.
You couldn't even say that with a fucking straight face. Let me
Sorry.
see if I understood. Let me see. Let me see if I understood your request. You want me either to stop for 11 minutes or waste enough power to be able to boost our abilities
No, never
in
mind.
anything, or
Never mind.
conjure my weapons to make your steak fresher.
It was
Do you think
theoretical.
I'm a walking ice box? I am not an ice box. Not an ice box.
Okay. But my question was theoretically, would it work?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No, but really, get yourself to rest. I know you guys are fine, but if we come across any more of these, like, this is not gonna be fun.
I mean, definitely before we go in the
In
city, we
between-
should rest. Whether we do so now or when we get to the poppy fields.
In between the red dragons and the satyrs with daggers and pixies, or the freaking bear queens, there's always some weird danger looming across these weird ass places.
Are you saying this loud
But
enough so that
basically,
the people up front can hear?
Yeah, sure.
If you wish to rest, we can stop.
My main concern is that we're here and we're trying to get to the town, and the way that traveling works, it won't get us close to the town. It will like put us in the town. I don't know if that makes sense.
I mean, I feel fine, so it's up to you, Amnail. I say, hopping along.
I cast hold person. No, just kidding.
You can't hear us. You can't.
I still have second level spell slot.
Tempest could use levitate, right? And move herself up and down as she goes forward to exaggerate the hopping.
Yeah, no, but like physically, I have not been hurt, but I am tapped. I wasted my best abilities in the first 4 hours of this day, and I'll be very useless very soon if we don't take a respite. Or we can go ahead. Like, if you think you can cover, that's fine, but don't expect to be able to talk to anyone at a long distance, dispel any sort of magical effects, or revive if anyone dies.
But did
At
you
least
want to
not from
rest
me.
for like an hour or for like a longer time?
Probably for a bit longer.
Okay.
We don't know what we're gonna face when we get to the city, or even the poppy fields, or even beyond wherever we're walking now. So I think maybe it is a smart idea to rest as long as we can.
Yeah, no, I agree. I have something I want to try. If we're going to rest.
Even if we lose.
Even if we lose what?
No, I was gonna say, even if we lose the day, it's
There is no day here, no?
well, you understand. Even
Yeah,
if
I
we
mean,
lose
8 hours. And that's the thing, there's something I want to try. More or less it will tell us when 8 hours is done. So in this crazy place it will provide us some amount of measurement of time as it passes.
well, that could certainly be useful. What kind of unholy sorcery is that?
It's not unholy, it is merely intellectual. Not everything intellectual is unholy.
Well, I mean, it's technically unholy in the
I
sense
was
that it's
trying-
not holy.
I mean, it could be holy. I mean, you don't know. Perhaps it is similar to because the near with whom I have spoken personally is the god of arcane weavings of magics, and so it's possible that instead of weaving the magics myself, that is actually the near who grants me these spells, the same way that Calambor grants our friend Nail his spells. I don't know.
I mean, who's granting me spells then?
Fuck if I know. You're crazy.
I'm kind of stop hopping for a second and then hop off sadly.
Winter stops
Are
hopping.
you alright today, Desi?
What?
Nothing.
So,
Huh.
do you want to rest right here?
Sure, right here is fine. Anywhere. Like, we can rest anywhere. I can do this thing.
Winter,
Yes.
you're from here.
But we
Is
will
there
need-
a place that you would recommend that's safe for us to rest?
Is there a place that I would recommend that's safe for us to rest?
I will make a place that is safe for us to rest.
I mean, there's the Warrens, pretty safe.
Yeah, but I don't want
It took you a very exactly. You find it a strange question in that you're expected to know what's up ahead? And why would you be expected? How could you be expected to know that? That's not the way the world works.
I am not. I can't know what's. The Warren is where I stay when I am not traveling.
Is that nearby?
Yes.
It is ages away.
It's a long walk.
Okay, I will make us a place. It is safe. Totally safe. The safest place that has ever been. You've never seen any place this safe.
Do it.
Oh no. Oh no. I feel like I'm gonna rant.
Sorry.
I didn't want to just start busting out laughing in case he wasn't doing it. Oh.
No, in the fucking hand gesture.
Yeah.
What gave it away was the hand gestures. I'm like,
Because I heard it, and then I was like,
oh,
oh, that kind of wait, John.
So I take out a little crystal bead and I pull out my wand that I use actually rarely in front of other people. He pulls out a wand, which most of you have probably never seen before. And he puts a small crystal bead on it. And he begins to draw a circle on the ground. And then glyphs and lines connecting the circle. And over the next 11 minutes, essentially casts a Leoman's tiny hut. And at the end of it, after he's cast all the glyphs, he touches the edge of the circle with the wand and pulls it over himself. And as he does, a shimmering protective, well, you don't have to protect, a shimmering wall kind of follows the edge of the wand on the crystal and creates a dome, which he is in the middle. This is safe. Very good. In here.
Winter will step in.
You're welcome. Everybody's welcome. It works. Holy shit. I mean, yes, of course. Come in. You're welcome.
As
What's it
Alexia
do?
is going
What's
on.
it do?
Sorry.
No, sorry, the lag was there. Sorry.
I was gonna say, as Alexia is walking towards, I'm gonna extend the hand, see if she takes it, as I'm like kind of conducting her in.
Yeah, I'll take your hands.
Yeah. As soon as you palm my hand, I cast Cure Wounds at a 2nd level on you.
I'll give you a smile.
Look,
And he kind of makes
our friend is in the
apparently
our friend is in the bag. He didn't know when to ask for help. I know you're not too terribly hurt, but pride can go a long way into ruining a good person.
You're right. Those are very wise words. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll step into that.
So, actually, apparently he made sure, everybody was in the circle, within the circle that was drawn on the ground before he pulled the final hut over us. And I said, well, you can leave now, and you can come back in. You cannot cast spells outside, like they won't go through, but they won't come in either. Like we are protected within. So you can go outside, you can come inside, I will stay here. But yeah, I mean, you're welcome.
This is pretty cool, Desiel.
Yeah, I see. Well, thank you, I guess. And as you stare at it, the dome, the more as Tempest is obviously looking at it and staring at it, she notices like the top of the dome extending out is kind of like this oblong center circle, and from it are 8 like tendrils coming out around the outside, and it's almost like a translucent web between 8 hairy legs extending from an oblong center.
It's the Eddy Dome.
Essentially, it is the Eddy Dome. I must stay here, so if you do end up cooking anything outside, I would appreciate if you'd give me just a little bit or something. But I will be in here, and you are all welcome to come and go as you please. But yeah, this is what we have.
I can cook some meats if you want to outside, really quickly.
Yep.
Do you want me to cook the thing you got?
The dragon? I mean, who wants to say no to the dragon, no?
I mean, I guess it's better to eat it cooked than as a dragon tartare.
To each their own. I don't have any dragon eggs, so yeah. I mean, if you want to cook, let's cook the dragon before it spoils.
Fair enough. I will take the disgusting dragon meat, and we'll hope very dearly that it wasn't placed in the bag of holding next to our dead friend.
Everything goes in a separate
will-
pocket dimension.
I will explain that to M now if he mentions that aloud. I'll be like, no, when I was in there, you can't reach anything. Like, you just go, like, you're just there, and they're like, medicines.
Sounds awful. Okay. Honestly, I can think of nothing worse than just nothingness forever, but sure. And I will get out of the dome, and I'll start setting up a campfire with a few of the sticks that I have as fire starter, and I'll try to break a few logs, or at least a few splinters out of trees with my sword. And as the fire catches with my tinderbox, I'm kind of just looking at the meat and thinking, reflecting. A bit of a introspective moment for him now. And as he's trying to get up from kind of his usual sitting position where he goes like him being standing up to just falling with his legs crossed, he, instead of just holding the tree, he kind of grips it, and he just releases necromantic energy into the tree, as if he was trying to like purge it from himself into this tree. And breathes deeply, and once the meat is cooked, he will take it back into the dome.
Okay.
It's done.
How's it look?
The thing about red dragons is that they're immune to fire. Their flesh, therefore, takes a while to cook. It's not uncookable, but it takes a good amount of time. The good news is that by the time the inside cooks enough, the outside has a perfect sear. Excuse me. So while it takes a while to cook,
Perfect.
it is succulent.
Crispy on the outside, rare on the inside, like my dream.
Absolutely.
It's my
Absolutely.
We need to kill more dragons,
My
guys.
dream
This is
steak.
great.
Crispy on the outside, rare on the inside.
From a dragon. I mean, again, it's not red meat. It is reptile.
Like crocodile.
It's probably
Like
gamey
crocodile.
as all hell.
No, crocodile's not bad. It's not
Oh,
gamey.
yeah.
No, croc's not bad. I mean, it's not a frog legs or anything. Croc's not bad.
Oh, yeah. Like, I've had alligators. Great. It's, less fatty than that.
And,
but it cooks extremely well.
and
Sorry
gamey.
to all of our vegan or vegetarian viewers, by the way.
It's a dragon.
It's a dragon. We're not
I'm just
eating
saying we're
any
sitting
real
talking about alligator
animals.
and toads
meat.
now too.
We're not eating any real animals. Our imaginary characters
There's
are
some
eating fantasy
dandelion
animals.
salads. There's dandelion,
Dandelion
salad
salad.
for our hangout.
Ooh. Yeah, you're back in the Feywild forests. There's more dandelion than grass here.
She will hop out and go to the field and just start picking dandelions and
Absolutely.
When we're done eating, I'm gonna ask Desiel, do you mind if I see the bag for a moment, please?
No, he just kind of tosses it to you.
Fabulous, thank you. I need to put something in it. And I'm gonna open it up and kind of just step into it.
Oh. He looks at ML.
Okay.
Didn't expect that one.
The bag
inside-
swallows
Inside the bag, I'm assuming I'm once again in my own little space. I see nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I got what, like 10 minutes of talking in here? Okay. Lyra, you're in here somewhere. I don't know where, so I'll just talk loudly. And I'm gonna tell her about our last couple of days. I didn't get to do it last session because I wasn't here, so I'll just fill her in on all the stuff we've done. I'm assuming 10 minutes is enough. I can't think we've done that much. I'm gonna tell her all about, going to get your body. It was like, that graveyard was creepy, but it was surprisingly okay. And then we met a bunny. I wish you would have seen that. I feel like you guys would have gotten along well. She's so nice and fluffy. And we fought dragons and lived. I mean, they were like smallish dragons, I think, but they were still pretty cool. And oh my god, they taste amazing. We'll have to kill more when you come back, okay? And I'm just gonna like keep rattling it off. And then when I run out of stuff to say, it's dark and quiet in here, and I don't like it. I spent a lot of time like that at school, and it's uncomfortable, so I'm gonna like, how do I get out? I'm gonna try and like levitate myself to the top and then realize that there's no way to get out, so I guess I'm just in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
After about 9.5
Indeed.
minutes, I reach in for Tempest.
I keep telling you guys, I don't need to breathe. What do we grab this time? Is it by the hair again?
He does he does just say Tempest. So just like the collar of your shirt.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Roughly
I didn't
center
actually
mass.
think. I didn't think of how I was gonna get out, and then I'll like scramble my way up.
Yeah, I thought maybe, yeah. Might I ask what you were doing in there?
Talking to Lyra, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's kind of lonely in there. It's like dark and creepy, and she's kind of just floating in space. So you know,
Yeah,
least we
I
could do is
figured she'd
entertain her.
appreciate. Okay. I'm starting to get a bit woozy and lightheaded. I think I might doze off for a bit so that once this dome is over, we can still rest a little bit more if we need to before we leave.
I feel
You'll
fine, so I can
excuse
take
me.
first watch.
Yeah. And I'll spend the next 10 minutes taking off my frigging half plate armor.
All right. So, is the plan a long rest? Can I catch that correctly?
Yes, but I'm pretty
believe
sure
so.
we can't long rest within 12 hours of a long rest, which means we
Has it been
have
less
to
than
kill
12
time.
hours?
Probably.
No, because you guys waited till the evening.
Yeah, that's true.
It was night when you went
Oh,
and
that's-
got
Oh, yeah,
Lyra.
true. True. And then we got back. Yeah, that's true.
If time has flowed linearly, which it hasn't, but if it has, it's pretty
It
late
would
in
have
the day
been
now.
night.
We're
Oh.
past midnight.
I can
And
take
those are-
second watch. Come wake me when you're ready.
Okay.
I
She
can take
does
last
that.
watch.
Wait, which watch?
Last watch.
Oh, I
First,
thought you said first.
second.
I thought you said first. I was like, hey, no, I want to do it. You go to bed.
Desiel typically takes third watch also. So, because that's when he plans his spells for the day.
Okay, perfect. So the four of you, apart from Tempest, have moved to sleep. And now,
He's like, what the fuck?
you have a bit of a strange dream. When you come to yourself, at first you think everything around you is black, empty, that you're not seeing anything. And then you blink several times and it's like your eyes shift. And you realize it's not that there's nothing there, it's that there's no contrast between things. Looking up, the sky is a uniform light gray with no visible sun. The rocky ground, every bit of rocky ground bleeds into the next. You are adorned in a resplendent purple armored regalia. A massive lance tucked underneath one hand and a great tower shield in the other. As you are walking forward. You know there's danger. You know it should be here. The gray moves. What at first was a mountain or a crag of rock, twisting and roiling around until you see the outline of a gray, scaly, spiked head. The orange, glowing reptilian eyes swing to face you as the great dragon unfurls its wings and begins to step in a circle around you. There is no point to this. What is it you fight for? Your cause is doomed. I come for you, gods. You are too weak even to face it. It tears even now. You cannot bear the weight. How many toys must you use before you realize this? How many holes must be poked before the net tears apart? You are pathetic. Thinking you can take the place of something you cannot even understand. Fall, godling. Fall. You think your angel will save you? Oh, anguished ruin comes for you all. All. You hear a splintering, a cracking of glass behind you, like a mirror being twisted until it snaps. You whirl around as the dragon chuckles, and a dark figure with a wide, tall hat, a black sword wreathed in smoke, the blade glimmering black, the right arm emaciated and gray, steps in front of you and begins to set into a fighting stance. What do you do?
Beside me? Like in front of me?
Behind you is the figure with
It
the
can't.
sword. In front of you is the dragon.
Does the dragon look like it's looking, but like through me, or does it look
Oh,
like
it's looking at you.
me?
It is looking at you.
Oh, okay. I'll also like take a stance. I'll try to lift my shield, and I'll look behind me to see if I recognize whatever's behind me. Can I discern any features, face, clothes, like besides the hat and
The
the
face
sword?
and the clothes are obscured and kind of murked in the shadow that seems pervasive across this landscape. The hat is clearly that of an archwizard.
I'll look back at
Be right back.
the head, the scaly head, and I'll say, "You say that my fight is worthless? I only try to help people. I don't have grand ambitions. Others, however, intend on taking your place, subduing you, controlling you and others. I am the least of your worries.
Reach from one such as yourself, Kalimvor. And you feel and see the blade ram through your armor from behind, tearing you apart as the dragon crackles. And you are in nothing. Black all around you, even the shadows gone. And you see a man kneeling, facing away from you, hands stretched, arms almost uncomfortably pulled nearly out of their sockets. The darkness around swirls and grabs around his wrists and up his forearms, seeming to pull his arms apart. The skin of his shoulders is stretched and straining. You can see dried blood from where the skin has split. And you hear a sob and a sigh, a scream of determination as the shadows hold and you awake. It's time for your watch.
Amnel just jumps up, like, I look around to see if anyone's awake, like if people are sleeping, if they're like if they look like they have had a similar experience to mine. And once I gather, most everyone is asleep except Winter.
And Desiel, who has a particular relationship with time and created this 8-hour dome, is probably waking up about the time you wake up. But he does not seem to have had a similar experience.
I'll look at Desiel and I'll just give you a long look of like, we need to talk. Yeah, I'm trying to seduce you. I'm just gonna like wide-eyed, like it reminds you of the dissociative state that you met Amnel all those months ago. That really like confused and distressed face.
Who are the second watch people? Just
Winter.
Just Winter.
Just Winter.
You're muted, Molina.
You are muted.
Hit your blue button.
Just practicing whispering really lowly.
I'm going back to sleep.
She senses there's some conversation that needs to happen here clearly, so she does the bunny flop and then goes to sleep.
The bunny flop. Excellent. Hey, Desiel, like, not knowing, whatever, he uses Mage Hand to just kind of scratch behind her ears while he leans over to Amnel. He doesn't know. He's trying to keep her asleep. Is everything okay?
No.
She seems agitated. He just dismisses the Mage Hand.
I either just had a really weird dream or I've just had a really unpleasant vision. Either way, I don't like it.
Okay. Okay, sure.
I'd like you to keep this in confidence, okay?
I'm always in confidence.
I was in a featureless, well, not featureless, but a sort of gray place. Rocky ground, gray sky. Most of the stuff was difficult to discern. And there was this giant reptile, scaly head looking at me, talking to me.
Like a dragon?
Like the dragon.
The good one or the bad one? The one with one head or the one with like lots of heads?
Nope, neither of those. Karketh.
Chugard is a dragon too? I thought I... Oh, forgive me, go on.
And he was speaking of what did I fight for? What was my purpose, if you will? Why did I think I could control why did I have any sort of control upon things? And when I looked down, I noticed that I wasn't me. I was wearing purple robes, and I had a large shield and a lance. And then something else happened. Something or someone came into this vision with a sword that emanates black smoke. Sound familiar?
I mean, yeah, obviously. But the dragon lance, I do not remember.
Well, the sword, I meant. And the sword entity got itself into stance, and so did I. And as soon as I did, the sword had been plunged into my chest. I don't know. And as it did, I was called a name by the reptile. Kelimvor.
So the dragon Karkath called Jew Galanvor.
That's why I think it's a vision. And after that, I was in a black room. There was a man crying, screaming, whole, almost as he was being pulled taut by chains of black smoke. I think Parland just killed my god.
No, that's crazy, no? He wants to kill the Raven Queen. Why would he care about Galanvor?
I have no idea. He wanted to prove a point, show his force. I don't know. Something's not right. Well, that's the understatement of the millennia. But we have to get Lyra back. We have to know what happened to her. We have to know how she got that sword. And we have to know what the hell happened.
Well, we know what happened to her. the question is, we don't know what happened to her before we met her.
Well, yes.
I mean, can you still? I mean, he cannot kill your god. No, I mean that's crazy. Can you still do the things that your god lets you do?
I don't know. I'll try to conjure a just a random little like I'm so distressed. You'll see him now. They'll just like hold his hand out, and then nothing happened, and he's just like looking at the floor. And I'll attempt to cast light. Just kind of try to shine a light on my sword.
Yeah. Happens with no issue.
There you go. See, so Kalamvor is fine. Kalamvor is fine. He only gives a shit about the Raven Queen. So until we get Lyra back, we don't know if he's killing gods or not. No. I mean, luckily, nothing. Never mind. But I mean, Kalamvor. Yeah. I mean, he's not killing your god. Your god is you still do the things.
Denier is dead.
He is not dead. He is simply distressed. He is not dead. I talked with him. He is not dead. No, I mean he's not like my god. Like he hasn't been. I mean Timora has been the only person the only god I have given a shit about for my entire life, until I met Denier. But I met him. He is not dead. He is trying to figure out who he is and where everybody else is. He's confused. He's confused, but he's not dead.
Sure.
No, I mean he's not. I spoke with him. He's not dead.
No, that's definitely not what I was referring to. But yes, okay.
I mean he may not. He may not be the god he was once, but at the same time, like it's possible. I mean, I don't know. We talked and. I mean, fuck, I don't know if the magics that I create are my own magics created from the Weave, or if Denier is granting me magics like I'm a fucking cleric of Denier. But either way, he's not dead because I spoke with him. Regardless, if you can still do your magics, your god is not dead. If your god gives you your magics and you can still do your magics, your god is not dead. That's no.
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, right? I mean, shit. This is your thing. You do the gods.
I need to take a breather.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for. Because you need to take a breather. We all need to take a breather.
I'm gonna walk for a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay, so I did something wrong. No, like when, fuck. Tell me what I'm supposed to say. What am I supposed to say? Like, why do you think your god is dead?
No, that's fine. It's not you. I just need to.
It's not you, it's me.
Calm down.
Do you know I heard that before once?
No, I can only imagine.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I can literally only imagine because A, I have never heard that. B, I couldn't even fathom in what context.
No, I mean Kalamvor is okay. Like the asshole only wants to kill the Raven Queen. Why would he kill Kalamvor? Kalamvor is okay. You can do the things you do.
Nestor said he was. I think I told you this before. Nestor said he was wielding the fucking sword, and he was like, "Oh, I can kill a god, not I can kill the Raven Queen, or I can kill." He can. He said he could kill any god.
Yeah, like he could kill any god, but the Raven Queen's the only god that matters to somebody who wants to destroy the veil, no? Does Kalimvor work with the Raven Queen to, hold the veil where it's supposed to be?
How in the 7 layers of the abyss am I supposed to know that?
Because you're a fucking priest of Kalimvor!
For the past 4 months!
Oh, well, okay. I mean, that's 4 months more than I know.
I'll be right back. I'll get up and I leave.
Fuck me, I piss everybody off. Desiel begins preparing his spells for the day.
And now you walk off. The bubble quickly disappearing behind you as you storm away. And Desiel, you, as you typically do, spread your various spells that you know, flip through your spell book and begin to think about what it is you think you'll need and what it is you want to set on your mind. And it takes you some time to notice, as deep as you are in...
He's thinking about Daenerys a lot more than usual after this conversation.
It takes him some time to notice he's not the only person sitting there. Someone is there across with him with a large leather notebook. Look up, see the wide, long brim of a hat. Blue hat. Oh, don't let me bother you.
Excuse me?
No, you are preparing spells. I don't mean to interrupt by my presence. It's just...
No. Don't let what bother me.
I can think so much better here. There are things I can almost remember.
Do you remember her name?
Names. I'm so very good at names. Always have been. Even when she... As he looks up, his notebook kind of slips open and towards you. And you see he's been... Even as he's talking, he keeps writing. And you see he's just writing his name over and over again. But then as soon as he finishes and lifts the pen from the paper, it smudges or scratches away or is scribbled out. The moment he begins the next, and the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. Better here, but not good enough. I suppose it's that you have that piece of me. I'm sorry, what movie?
Desiel pulls out a book, opens it, not his spell book, opens it, and he writes in it and hands it to this, tries to hand it to the entity. I don't know if the entity is even there to be able to take it.
He takes it?
It is the other spell book, the one that I got from the old hag cultist forever ago. And on the page that is open is written 3 names. At the top is written Denier, in the middle is written Mistra, and at the bottom is written Timora. And he hands it to him.
He draws his hand over the page. Mistra. Mistra, yes, I knew that name. I've always known that name. Mistra. It's so close. Mistra. He kind of caresses the air, and you see shimmering blue threads that seem to weave endlessly in all directions. Warps at his touch. Mistra. Hi. Thank you. He hands you back the book. And you see at the top where you wrote Denier that is scribbled out. Illegible. The others are not mine to know. Not anymore. I somehow feel as though you're close to me. Not in terms of understanding, but as if our names are close. What is your name?
He looks around. Is anybody else in the tent, in the dome, awake?
Now that you look, everything around you seems remarkably still. The wind stopped blowing, although the trees, as you look, seem to be frozen. Your companions, likewise, appear locked in time.
He responds, says, yeah. And then he looks around at his companions. Alfarin.
Yes, I know your name. I can't understand it, but our names are close, so close by. In a way they have not been before. But I've always known your name. How strange.
Do I weave magic? Or am I a cleric to whom you grant spells?
I don't think I'm in any state to be granting magic. No, you... My name has guided you. Although I will not take credit for your brilliance. You are touched by the weave and touch the weave in a way Very few others do. It often drives them mad. You tug at it in its most raw form, plucking threads and weaving them on your own loom. I think once it was I who made this possible. Perhaps I was the first, I was guided by another. His name is not mine to know.
He pulls out a candle from his bag and uses prestidigitation to light it. The symbol of Denir, a lighted candle. And he puts it between them. Are time and magic interwoven?
Isn't everything? Life would not be without magic. Magic could not be without time. Time could not be. Time cannot be. That I have never understood. Parallels and perpendiculars I pen. Time to the veil, the veil to the weave, weave to the worlds to themselves. Time both is and is not. It cannot be, and yet it is prerequisite. You delve into such strangeness. Perhaps that's why you caught my attention. Oh, I hadn't thought of that before. Don't know that I ever will again.
I believe your name is Denir, and her name is Mistra. How do we bring you back to what you once were?
Help me find my name again.
Denir?
I placed it down somewhere, and it was gone. When you speak it, I hear naught but the rush, wind. It is not mine to hold. Give it back to me. Find it. And I can be whole. I think I can't be sure anymore. Or perhaps I never could.
He looks around to see if anyone else, if everyone's still frozen, and then he looks back at Denir.
Things seem to start ever so slowly moving.
I don't understand. Where is your name?
It must be close. It must be close. Your name is so close to mine. That much I know, that much I can see.
Which name? Daziel?
Your name. perhaps use some other word for it. Your name. That which is you.
At this point, I don't know which way is more to me. As if his one is almost as long as the other.
But there is a truth that runs between it all, Lysia. No matter what name, words you use. I remember I once was called Plotek by a strange sect of elves. I lived in the mountains and insisted on calling the gods after household objects in their tongue. They're all dead now. Their names washed away by history, by time. I have been called so many things, but none of them were my name. Do you understand?
I will attempt to.
Good.
This is all beyond me. I'm just a... Okay.
I believe in you. You're a quick learner.
Not so much the people person I once was, though. Apparently.
Books always were better than people. The book doesn't care what you call it, even what you think of it. Knowledge does not change based on petty emotion. It simply is there to be uncovered. You might find that peace works slightly better than it did. Now that we've had this chat. But I think it's fading now.
Peace is fading.
This, as the wind begins to pick up slowly, start to feel the air moving sluggishly. Leaves continue to start to whirl and fall. Sounds begin to break back in.
Everybody...
I hope...
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
No worries, eh?
I hope to see you again soon. To answer more of your questions.
So everybody who's still in the dome is probably awakened by a loud exclamation from Desio. Simple one word. Wait! As he disappears.
Indeed. And the rest of you awake. See Desiel sitting, his papers spread around him. Alone. With a hand reaching out in front of him.
Are we under attack or something again? More dragons?
No, you are safe in this hut. Forgive me. Go back to sleep. Eddie. Oof. And he will
Where's
go
that
back to...
nail? Oh,
What?
sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
No. Oh, where's that nail? This kind of just sits up and looks around. He's
Oh.
the only one not here, right?
Yeah. I ran him off too. It's what I do these days.
I'm gonna sit beside Desiel. Come on, don't beat yourself up. It happens to everyone.
No, it's okay. He went off to do a thing. I don't know. Fuck. He tried to talk to me about things that were bothering him, and apparently I am no longer the person I once was.
You can't expect to always have the answers.
I mean, that's that's what I'm here for, is to always have the answers. If I don't have the answers, then why am I here?
Can you believe I was once the healer? Not for you guys, obviously, but that was once my
Clearly.
thing. So, I mean, I wouldn't put too much weight in what you think you're meant to be here for. You're here because you're Desiel, not because you're a library.
Yeah, of course. I suppose. Desia, yeah. Forgive me, I did not mean to wake you up.
Meh. To be fair, it could be time to wake up anyway. I have no idea. We might have slept in. Who knows?
And about that time, the dome kind of and fizzles out.
Correct.
No, I suppose that's about the right amount of time, more or less.
See? Even if it feels like it, you don't actually always mess things up. Just, these things have a tendency to snowball, you know? One thing goes wrong and then it feels like the whole world is going wrong.
A snowball. You, like a snowman, you build it from the ground up, no?
It's been a long time since I've seen snow.
Would you like to see snow? I can do that. I have not yet finished attuning myself to the day.
I'd like to see that, actually. It's been... At school, they had all these weather charms. It was
No, I
always pleasant nature.
It's not a large, I cannot do like a large thing, but little bits I can do.
I only ask what you can do this year.
Okay.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm pretty simple to amuse.
I never call you simple.
No, just crazy. Though, I mean, you're not wrong.
Did you hear that? Is since Lyra is coming, I watched it, you know. I watched her. I watched what happened. I watched her die. I watched it. I was there.
How could you... Eddie.
I was
You
there.
saw through Eddie.
I was there. She was so stupid. She was so fucking stupid. I mean, all she had to do was fucking leave. I mean, he would have let her leave with her fucking body of pep, but she...
I'm sure there was a reason she made the choice. She didn't choose to die because she felt like it.
She was just so fucking stupid.
Not everyone drives themselves on the most logical choices, Desio. Sometimes the heart is stupid, but a person couldn't live with the decision if they followed their head instead.
No, she didn't think about the rest of us. All she gave a shit was that asshole. I mean, he was such a piece of shit.
You know that's
Why?
not true. You
I
only
know.
thought about the rest of us.
Oh, fuck. But why would she be so stupid?
That's what we are. I'm stupid. She's stupid. To be honest, Amniel has his moments too. But it's not your job to make us fix our stupid.
I won't watch you die, Tempest. I won't watch you die. I can't do that again. I can't do that a second time. I can't do it twice.
Tempest is gonna kind of lean against Ezio. Just kind of like side hug him. Let me tell you a secret, Ezio. There was this one time where I got to watch someone die too. And you know, I wanted so badly that it didn't happen. That it just didn't. And you know, I thought that was what I wanted. I thought that someone just re-aliving was the best choice. And it ended up being the worst thing for me. Sometimes these things need to happen. It's not what you want. And I'm certainly not suggesting we, you know, leave Lyra as she is. But the hardest things sometimes have the biggest effects. Not just on you, emotionally or mentally, but on the world. Lyra is meant for bigger things. There's a reason the Queen chose her. You can't control it, and I can't control it. But we can be there to support her.
Fucking Queen is bullshit. The sword is bullshit. The Queen is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Well, man, we need to get Lyra back one way or another. And the rest of it
We're
doesn't
going to.
matter.
We have a plan, and you made it, so it's actually a good one.
Alright. Well, let's get everybody up. It's time to go and continue. And we need to find him now, call him back, and start heading to the poppy fields, no?
Why don't you get everyone up, and I'm gonna go find Amniel.
Okay, sounds good. The Tempest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't stop her.
I'm gonna tell you what I told Amniel. I spent a lot of my life being angry for things, just like people can spend a lot of their life being sorry for things, and it achieves nothing except feeling more sorry and more angry. Don't ruminate on things you can't control. Focus on the ones you can. There's nothing to be sorry for.
I only have one stomach. I cannot ruminate. Oh,
We'll
no,
get
I
there.
understand what you... okay, sorry, forgive me. No, yes, I know what you... Thank you. Okay, go get Amniel. Go find him. He went that way. Now we'll get everyone else. Wait, everyone. Wake up, everyone.
I imagine me and Winter have both just been lying with our eyes closed, pretending not to be awake so they could have this moment. And we're like,
100%.
oh yeah, totally, I just woke up, yay!
Is that it for the night?
I think so. As Tempest strides off after Amniel, calling
and I'm
his
gonna-
name into the forest.
As I go, Desiel, catch. And I'm gonna throw him something. And when he catches it, it's a little dragon scale with the Defiance logo written on it. Add it to your bracelet.
Like one of those little charms, like the charm bracelets. Nice.
Get like, if you get enough of them, you could spell out Desiel's name in dragon scales. That'd be nice. Yeah. So Tempest steps off into the woods, calling Amnail's name. Amnail, frustrated and upset and confused, just stumbles off the path in any direction. And as the flowers beneath him shift, brilliant yellow dandelions to soft white circles, purple centers. And the trees around him dwindle and dwindle until he is in a field. The space in front of him is open, stretching out in white flowers with purple centers. The sky, as it's never done in all your time in the Feywild, has changed. Now a soft purple, lilac or violet. And the distance seems to stretch out in front of you. The horizon rolls over top of itself, creating an impossible image. And if we could switch to the battle map view, you see a half-formed hazy city several miles or so ahead. Black shapes seem to flicker and rotate all the vertices, as behind it stretches a vast, endless forest of enormous trees. And you hear Tempest calling your name. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us through all of this. Thank you, of course, to Mina for joining us again this
Thanks for having
week.
me.
Thanks to Syrinscape for their lovely music, and thank you to Animated Dungeon Maps on Patreon for the excellent 3D battle map. Ba, 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 ba.
Join us on Discord for a little bit of
Yep.
insight into things like notes and other stuff from our characters.
Yes.
And remember to renew your free Prime subscription to our Twitch broadcast if you have subscribed with Prime.
And remember your names. Those are important. Don't let any gods steal them from you.
Apparently, your names are also important.
Yes.
Don't cry over fictional characters.
No, you absolutely should cry over fictional
What
characters.
are you talking
Yes.
about?
Yes,
I
sob like a
could
child.
Yeah, if I could summarize tonight's episode, it would be the Stephen He meme of going, emotional damage!
Damage.
Oh, exactly. And on that,
Love that.
see you next week. Join us on Tuesday for Call of Cthulhu. I think we're doing an epilogue to our first arc, I think is the plan. Where my insane psychologist and Ben's drugged veteran find our way, I think, through the Dreamlands or something. Who knows? We'll find out I'll find out with all of you.
Are you not doing
and
another
then-
Wild West, like unrelated one-shot thing this week?
I don't think so. I think it's proper epilogue that matters to canon. But anyway, check that out. See what we do. Catch up on previous episodes. They should definitely all be on YouTube at this point. And then check us out here next week. We go through the poppy fields.
Anyone who doesn't believe that Kendrick can play a non-chaotic character, go ahead and watch Call of Cthulhu's group's one-shot they did this week. Although
Yeah,
she
she-
did
No
end up
spoilers,
being
but
responsible for horrible things happen to the rest of the party. So.
that was not my fault. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Anyway.
Somehow wasn't her fault.
Yeah.
It was mine, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So see,
and
watch
Joel.
me do a Lyra, kinda, in reverse.
So
Well,
thanks.
And
that's
end up,
fair.
and end up getting everyone killed. Check that out on. That should be up on YouTube Monday.
Sometime.
Yeah,
Maybe
is
I'll
that
pop
right?
in a weekend for a
Sometime
little
soon.
treat.
Yeah.
Or...
Or
I mean, it is a holiday
you're on
weekend, so
Twitch,
it
you
may
can
take an
launch
extra day or so.
That's true.
Um,
Or you can look back, and I think it's still saved in Twitch's VOD if you want to watch that. That would be awesome. Yeah, catch us up there. Check us out next week. Poppy Fields, etc., etc. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for playing. John, fantastic acting.
I actually
If
started crying a
indeed
little
it
bit.
was acting,
I was like,
that
oh
was
shit.
fantastic.
You all had some really great moments tonight.
And yeah, I don't know
Really
if
did.
Dragon Con is back after the pandemic or not, but anyone going to Dragon Con, I envy you. Dragon Con has a special place in my heart for the past 15 years. So enjoy that if you're going there this weekend. And yeah, I guess we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.